Hello, and welcome to the Curse at Ravenspire live play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Doug Kapoff. With me are our players, Ethan, playing Rivers, the human fighter. Drew, playing Lysander, the elven bard warlock. Kevin, playing Casimir, the Dampier sorcerer. Pat, playing Roderick, the human barbarian. Darren, playing Calsolus, the tiefling rogue cleric. And Jeff, playing Zora, the reborn ranger. This is the When Bards Attack podcast. All right, welcome back to the Curse at Ravenspire D&D live play game. We've got some changes happening today. Kevin's going to be out for a little bit, but we're going to be welcoming Jeff when I bring the players in here in a second. As a reminder, you can always check out our games on YouTube and Twitch. And our main campaign, Starfall, are all original campaigns on Sunday nights at 7:30, and you can find that on Spotify as well. So with that being said, I'm going to bring our players back in. Welcome everybody back to the game. Actually, I need to switch and get my headphones in. Sorry, skipped a step today.
Gosh, baby.
Testing.
Yep, you're good.
Good to go.
Okay, there we go. All right, well, we are back to the Curse of Ravenspire, our Curse of Strahd playthrough. Last time, actually, I'm going to do a little bit of a bigger last time since we've got Jeff here joining us. So I do have Darren, Ethan, Drew. Pat's running a little bit late, and Jeff is going to be joining us. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you.
Where we've left off, our adventurers have made their way to Barovia, a cursed land led by, or ruled by, a vampire, almost demigod. He's definitely more than a vampire, and we're still kind of learning bits and pieces of that as we go. But you've met with Strahd once. Strahd is the name of the vampire, who pretty much you learned that you guys are his playthings. He brings people in here because he's bored, and sometimes for other purposes, but you were lured here by one of his people, the Vistani. He pretty much told you to stay out of his way, and maybe you'll have a happy life here in Barovia, but you are trapped. There is no escaping the mists of Barovia. But stay out of his way, and maybe you'll have a happy life here. You guys immediately engaged in getting in Strahd's way shortly after that, when you learned that he was stalking a young girl in town named Irina, and you have agreed to help her escape Barovia, or at least the village of Barovia, and you have been making your way out of Barovia up to a town called Vallaki, potentially Krezk, one of the three towns in this valley that is part of this Barovia plain that you're in. Along the way, you have met a Vistani priestess or oracle named Madame Ava, who did a card reading for all of you, providing insight into how you could potentially find a way out of Barovia, either by breaking this curse that Strahd has over the land, or potentially killing him if you need to. But she gave you 4 cards that directed you towards one, an ancient book or tome that might tell you more information, an ancient weapon, an ally, and then finally an ancient relic. So you have hints to where those 4 things are, but beyond that, you really haven't spent a whole lot of time on that. She died immediately after giving you your reading, and you guys headed further away, leaving the camp in a hurry, as you were probably the suspected murderers of her. As there was no body, no evidence of the shadow assassin that attacked. You guys made it further up the road, only about 4 or 5 hours from Vallaki. Vallaki is this main central village of the whole Barovia region. Your plan, at least as of last time, was to pass through there and head to Krezk, which is the absolute furthest point from Barovia and from Strahd to potentially drop off Irina and her brother who is traveling with you, Ismark. Though what you're going to do with them, it's still not really clear yet. Along the journey, you found a windmill, which you were warned to stay away from. That did not stop you all. You all headed in anyways to investigate it along the way, and found that it was still occupied by something, some sort of dark, almost drow-like creature, and what looked like some sort of a hag-like creature inside. There was a dead adventurer inside the windmill. You've taken some things from them. And then you heard noises upstairs, went to investigate, and a battle ensued. And that's ultimately where this game has left off. You destroyed or killed the fey elven creature first, charged up, found this hag-like creature who you didn't really get much of a swing at, jumped into the window, set off a burning hands spell into the room, hitting most of the group, and then leapt out of the window, potentially to escape. And that was at the top of the round, which is where we're at. He just jumped out the window. As this fire erupts into this upper floor of the windmill, you hear the sounds of banging inside two small crates in the room, followed by "Help us, help us," and it sounds like children's voices. And that is where we are picking up our game. A little bit more of a recap than usual, but that is where we have left off. So I'm going to get the exciting music going again, and then we will jump right back in. And we're at the top of the order. I'm going to take us out of initiative for the moment and just kind of start going around the table to see what everybody's doing.
Hey, Doug, real quick.
Yes.
Point of order reminder of what you wanted me to remind you of.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. I did ask you to remind me. So, as we leave off, I will back it up 10 seconds. This hag-like creature sees you coming, hisses at the group, leaps into the window. You see it's actually holding a silver gem in its hand, some sort of silver rock or gem, which with its left hand it clutches and it begins to glow. With its right hand, this lick of fire erupts into the room, lighting on the bed on fire, the curtain on fire, little bits catch on fire. And a number of you take some decent damage as you try to get out of the way in this tight quarters. Very difficult to do. But Darren, as you're standing there, one thing you notice, and anybody up on that top floor would notice, and that is Casimir, and that is, I believe it's just Casimir, and Drew. Drew is up there as well. You see the flames sort of redirect around Calsolis. Some of it still burns his shoulder as he tries to leap out of the way, but it looks like the flames just unnaturally just shift and move. And then the hag-like creature leaps out of the window. So that is where we left off. Thank you for the reminder, Darren.
I thought I was on the floor below you. I don't think I would see that. So
I think you were like halfway through the floors. Yeah, did you? What's your health at?
Right.
Might have been just Pat
anyway,
or Ethan. Ethan, what's your health at?
Relatively fucked up. I'm at 27 out of 44.
Okay, it's been a minute, so it was you. It was Ethan then. Yep.
I could have been climbing the stairs.
Yeah, I think you were the one in the middle of the stairs. Yep, that's right. Sorry, took me a minute. All right, so Ethan. So that's what you see. You see this fire sort of redirect around Calsolis. Calsolis, you see it as well as this just kind of moves to the left and to the right, leaving almost like a pocket around you. Still take half damage, but that's where we left off. So let's just go around the table. Darren, you see this thing leap out. You hear this banging on these metal crates. Sound like children's voices as the room kind of engulfs in flame. Now, the building is stone, so it's not going to likely burn down by any means, but you see definitely any fabrics and stuff has kind of ignited in the room.
Okay, I'm going to run to the window and look out. Do I see the thing, or is it around? What do I see out the window?
Yeah, it ended its turn by leaping out of the window, so you see it is pretty much drops to the ground and very athletically drops and rolls and is currently kind of back on its feet, Looks like it's looking away from you all towards the side of the hill and into the woods. But yeah, that's what you see. So it is still there.
Okay, I am gonna take a shot at it then.
Okay.
My crossbow.
Pulling it. Trying to
Bring him
pull up
down,
the.
Legolas.
What was that?
I said, bring him down, Legolas.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him.
Okay. Go ahead, Darren. Actually, I went completely in reverse order there because I just got the encounter back up.
Okay.
But that's
I
fine.
can wait. I can come back.
I'll go up the order. So, Darren, that's fine. Again, I think this... He appears to be running away. You can see it definitely doesn't look like it's heading back around. It looks like it's trying to start moving away. So go ahead and take your shot.
Cool. Yeah. Yuck. Never mind.
Now, this... what is this, bolt? Crossbow bolt?
Yeah, it's just my crossbow.
Okay. You see this arrow shoots out, hits into the ground near it, and it just dashes out of the way. Rivers, over to you. And any movement, Darren. Anything else you're doing on your round?
I mean, I ran to the window, so that was my. Yeah.
Okay. The whole thing's about 15 feet, 20 feet wide. I mean, this thing's not very wide. It's a thin, windmill. Okay.
Is he headed down? Is he headed down toward the forest below?
Yep. Looks like it.
I don't see anything coming out of the forest to meet him or anything like that.
Nope, and you have a good vantage point. You can see for miles and miles. So you can see the woods kind of at the base of the hill. It looks like it's making its way that way quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Rivers, over to you.
Do I hear the children trying to get out of the crates?
Yeah, you hear, let us out! The fire! You hear a couple of them.
Yeah, I'm going to scramble that way to try to release them.
Okay. There are two metal, what look like dog crates, a little bit bigger than that, completely enclosed except for a little small window on the front.
Peek in the window.
Okay, left or right?
What's in there?
There are two.
I mean, whichever one I'm closest to, I guess. Right.
Right. You see, Jeff, would you like to describe what you see?
Oh, dear. Jeff, get out of there!
You see a reborn, kind of a Frankenstein's monster version of about a 10 to 12-year-old girl. Silver hair, streaked with green eyes with really dark patches, almost like if Alice Cooper and Beetlejuice had a love child. This would be her.
That's horrifying.
So you see this horrifying 12-year-old looking girl that looks like a Frankenstein.
It's unusual markings too. She's got some tattoos that don't really make any sense yet, but they will later.
Do a quick double take and then look in the left container.
It's a puppy.
This could be the shortest character.
Just quickly, just to check what's in both containers.
The left container, you see a young boy, looks to be about 8 to 10 maybe, and a young girl. Both one with short blonde hair, one with long blonde hair. The girl with long blonde hair.
How are they fastened? How are the containers fastened?
Just has a little bit, just a little tiny little lock, little padlock.
Okay.
Doesn't look very strong. It looks like a pretty cheap padlock.
Yeah, swing at it.
Yeah, a quick swing would likely take it. Which one are you opening?
I'll open the right one first.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the left one first.
I heard it. I heard it. You, in the confusion, you swung at the right one first.
Fuck.
Roll a hit. You do have to break it.
If we have to fight the Alice Cooper's monster child, it's better to do it without the other two kids running around.
Rivers feels confused. I rolled a 26.
Wow,
20.
nat 20. You destroy the lock with pure rage. Just absolutely clear the lock. And what does Jeff see? Who's standing there? If you want to Again, he hasn't played, so we'll do some reintroductions of what characters look like. Pat?
Yeah,
It folds out to the left or to the right.
Yeah, folds out, swings open. Standing at the foot of the crate is sort of a tall, imposing, like 6'8", 6'7" ish, old human, big bearded, rugged looking human, kind of a Northman looking vibe, very salt and pepper, mostly gray, long beard and long hair. He's kind of garbed in like this like half plate, half fur kind of situation. He's got a long wooden shield in his left hand, and then in his right is a kind of a wicked looking flail. Yeah, just kind of a little bit of a real backwoods kind of character.
Okay. Jeff, you say anything? The door opens. You see this human, definitely, clearly a warrior.
I stand her out, giving him as much wide berth as I can to get out of the box, but away from him. I'm just eyeing him up.
Okay.
Do you have regular hands and feet?
Depends on which hands and feet you're looking at. Probably none of them are mine.
The word skitter. I was just curious.
Yeah, you see this Frankenstein-looking creature trying to get away from you, but trying to get out. Stands up, looks like a 12-year-old girl, and I posted it in the Discord for you as well. What it looks like.
Okay, cool. That's not creepy at all. That's totally chill.
It's pretty.
AI was it too was it too giving with the scars when I asked it?
Very cool.
I mean, I think it did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Kind of like Jumanji era. What was the girl from Jumanji, the original one? Kristen Dunst. Kind of reminds me of her a little bit in the picture.
Nice. Doug, you should have posted that before I chose which one to open.
Well, I described it.
I'm just kidding. I assume I don't have time to open the second one, though.
Not in this round. Okay, so you open that up. You see this creature come out. You don't say anything, Jeff. You just kind of step out for now, looking at it. Rivers, you saying anything before I cut away here to the next person?
Just fucking when it swings open, just like a weird look on my face, like double take, and then don't worry, you're safe. It's like backing it out of there as she's already like past me, basically, like a whole step behind. Like, double take, look past me.
Okay. Roderick, over to you. You were running up the stairs. You see this ball of fire go fly overhead. You hear screaming and whatnot up there. And that's what you've heard at this point. What would you like to do on your turn? Lysander, you're up next.
I mean, continue up the stairs to the commotion.
Okay. You see the scene. No hag creature. It's gone. You see some fires in the room. You hear banging in this other crate, and you see this Frankenstein-looking girl standing there, staring up at Rivers, with one of the crates clearly opened.
Oh man, is Rivers doing anything?
You hear the end of that. You're safe now, with sort of a quizzical look to it.
Exactly.
Move to the other crate and get it open too.
Okay. If you're not picking a lock, it's just an attack roll to try to break the lock.
Oh yeah, hit it. Oh wait, actually, I have no idea how to. I zoomed in my screen too much. Okay, there. 22.
22, yeah, you hit. And you're going to do enough damage to break the little 5 hit point lock. You smash it with your hammer, smash it open. The door flings open as you see two, looks like 10, 12-year-old children come out. Help us, get us out of here!
Scoop them up both with one arm.
Before they come back.
Yeah, scoop them up with one arm and boof it the other direction.
Okay. Back downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Lysander. You see Pat coming down with 2 kids. You see this fireball has just gone over on the upper stairs.
Did I see the hag dude go out the window? They kind of.
You're on the. You said you hadn't taken any damage. I'm just trying to remember if you were up on that floor to see him or not.
No, I was not on that floor. I was. If you remember, I got blinded, and so I just stayed where I was.
That's right. You were. That's right. You were stumbling around. So I think that answers the question of whether or not you saw the hag jump through. I was gonna make a random roll to see if you possibly saw him like fall through the window. I would say no, based on your vision just comes to you at the beginning of your round here. So your kind of eyes are starting to return. Your sight is starting to return.
That's definitely going to affect what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I see Rivers coming down the stairs with 2 kids.
Roger. Yep.
Roderick. Where'd the kids come from?
They were inside a crate. The place is on fire up there. We got to get the heck out of here.
What the hell was happening up there? I was blind for like 2 seconds.
Roderick is 6'4", mid-late 20s. He's essentially a kid that hasn't really grown up yet. He's got a warhammer and it's personal, like, farm-made tanned hide armor. Nothing really that does much of anything. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, minus the studded leather. And the hammer is more of like a bigger smithing hammer that you just find on a farm for horseshoes and whatnots.
Yeah.
They were in a crate up there. Oh wait, what was your last question? Sorry.
It's like, where'd the kids come from? Yeah.
I don't know. They were shouting in a crate up there. There's something else up there too. Keep moving.
Okay. Okay, Lysander, you see that, hear that?
Yeah. At the word that there's something else up there, I just assume that it's going to be it's another like, it's the other creature. So I run up there.
Yeah, you gotta run up. So you run up. Takes 10 feet of movement, so you can still move within the room. You see Cal Solis kind of hanging out the window with her crossbow. You see this Frankenstein-looking creature in the room, looking up at Rivers. Otherwise, the room is empty.
I'm gonna make a insight check to see if I can figure out what the fuck is going on up here.
I don't think there's a roll high enough to figure out what the hell's going on up here.
I mean, you can roll
All right.
20.
You see 2 dog crates.
Oh, yeah.
You see 2 dog crates. They're both opened. You see this little 12-year-old girl, Frankenstein girl, looking up at Rivers. I mean, that's what you see. You don't need to roll an insight check. You can decide how you want to react from that. It's up to you.
I will extend my hand, and you will see a halo of kind of blackish, purplish energy swarming around my hand with like flecks of pink inside of it as I wind up for Eldritch Blast at this little girl. And it's like, anybody want to tell me what the fuck is going on up here?
Okay. You just gotta kind of hold that right now for the minute.
Yeah, just like waiting for everybody to confirm what's going on.
She kind of looks over at you with sort of like dead eyes, these pale, like sea green eyes, and doesn't really change her expression. He just kind of looks from Rivers to you and back.
What do you look like, Ty or Drew? Ty, I don't need your brother. Sorry.
You like being here with my parents. Yeah, you would see a average, slightly slender, average height, slightly slender elf. The key thing about them is they look very different from any other. If you are familiar with elves, they look very different from any elf that you might have ever seen. They have like bluish skin. It's like very much like a dark Feywild creature, and glowing. Very demonic looking. Think
Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler. Yeah.
is the vibe for sure from that picture.
Yeah, even complete with rapier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hold your blast. Rivers, are you saying something? Because the creature's just
I'll
looking
react
around.
if I have time. Yeah, I'll react for sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
And put my hand up to Lysander and say, "No, don't." And look down at the girl and like very very hesitantly, like, she's an innocent girl. I think she hasn't done anything wrong. She was locked up. Like pacify Lysander.
Are you sure that's a little girl? That wasn't like this isn't disguised self or some spell? Like what the fuck is that thing?
I don't know. Why would she be in a cage? You know, it's like my dad always used to say, a
She was in a
baker's only as
cage?
talented as the weed he buys. I don't know why she was locked up in here.
Are you a Strahd?
Me?
Any of you?
No, we hate Strahd. I'm here to fuck him up. That's what I'm doing here. Are you a Strahd? Like, look down
No.
at you, like, point.
Here to end him.
As soon as she says that, I turn and look at Casimir, who I'm assuming is still up here,
Yep.
with a knowing. Don't say anything.
We are
I
not
guess we
with
can
Strahd,
describe the two.
Casimir will say. Casimir is there's another human in the room. Short, dark black hair, very pale. And let's put his picture up too. And then next to him is Calsolus. Let me put Casimir up here for Kevin. Hold on, show players. Boop. There's Casimir. We are not with Strahd. He looks at you, Darren, and Darren. Calsolus is there. And about this round, as you're about to speak or do whatever you want to do, you and Casimir looks out and he sees, and you would see it out the window. This thing is just tearing off. Takes an action and a dash action, just starts running down the hill away from this structure. Actually, it doesn't take the dash action. Excuse me, let me back up there. It runs about 15, 20 feet, and then you see it just vanish into thin air. Just
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna turn away and I guess look at
Frankenstein,
girl, which I would be extremely interested in. Eyeing her up. Do I need to describe my character, or were you able to post it?
I did post it, but
okay.
yeah, you can also
Okay.
describe.
So Cal's a tiefling. She's about 5'7", purple skin. Her horns kind of curl back behind her head and the back around. She's got glowing yellow eyes, yellowish greenish eyes, about chin length hair. She wears like leather armor, but it's kind of ornate for leather armor. Kind of fits her cleric-y vibe, but it also fits her roguish vibe. But yeah, so as soon as I turn around and I hear her say that, I look at Casimir and then I look at her and I'm just like, okay.
Casimir will turn from the window and you'll see him kind of wave his hand, and a kind of a beam of cold air kind of just goes over the bed that caught on fire and just starts just putting it out.
Nice.
From my
studies,
would I know anything about Frankenstein type?
Yeah, you could give me a nature check.
Picking the ones that I don't have proficiency in. All right.
Or Arcana.
I'm gonna
I'd
really,
be okay with Arcana. It's magical in
Arcana.
nature.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and think really hard and guide my thoughts to thinking about this, as it were. Nope. I know nothing about them.
What'd you roll?
A 1?
Oh,
I
yeah.
hurt my brain
Can't
thinking
remember.
about it.
Yeah.
Nope. Never.
Look directly at me.
Let
Never.
me think really hard. Fuck, I can't remember at all.
Yeah.
I would have said
I
an
mean,
aneurysm.
It's still an 8. I mean, you don't auto fail rolls on 1s. It's only on attack rolls.
Okay.
So
All right, well then let me roll my guidance then to get a little bit more.
yeah, see if you get to at
There you
least
go.
10.
All
And
right.
you'll get something.
Oh yeah, over 10. I'm at 12.
Okay, so you got a 4. All right.
Pretty good.
I mean,
for
not.
one.
No, yeah, it's pretty good for a 1. Not a whole lot. As you think about it, you feel this essence of, kind of pulling from your magical studies and things you've studied before. I mean, this clearly looks like, you can see the lines where the arms and legs don't look like they match very well. Like this is a creature that's been put together, and I mean, you would know there are certainly forms of, resurrections in many cases requires a body, but there are other types of resurrections, other types of life kind of ensouling that can be done with that requires some sort of a body or some sort of a vessel to be used. Beyond that, not much else. You've definitely heard of it happening. So we're out of initiative at this point. Fire is out. I will open the game up at this point because this creature has vanished outside, and I think Kevin would look out one more time. That creature's gone. What is this? Who are you?
Who's talking?
Casimir. I'll play Casimir until I exit him out here shortly.
Oh, you're doing his Mark's accent, so I wasn't sure who you were.
Well, he's from Barovia too, so technically, similar accents with Kevin.
You're talking to me, Doug?
Yeah, he looks at you, this human male. What are you?
I don't know.
I walk up to her. I visibly put my crossbow away, and I kind of kneel down in front of her, trying to look as alarming as possible for a demonic looking creature as myself. And I'm just kind of looking at her, and I'm like, how old are you?
This time, maybe 11.
Is any of this your original body?
I'm not sure which is which anymore.
How long have you been here?
I don't know. Quite some time. We're in the bone crusher still, right? The bone
Yep, bone grinder.
grinder. Bone grinder. Been here at least 20, 30 years, I think.
Wait, say that again?
I believe my soul is older than my parts.
So you said how 20, 30 years?
Some of me, perhaps. It's like when you're building a Lego set, you miss out one piece. It takes a while to find it.
So you've been here in this building for 20 or 30 years?
In the box for quite some time. The hags didn't seem to like what they built.
While that's going
I look
on,
over my shoulder at Lysander at that response.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Doug, while they're having that discussion, Rivers, like, I would also, when Cal Solis like sheathes her crossbow, I would also like visibly like put away my flail, like recognizing that this creature isn't gonna spring up and like maul anybody in the face, and just like under my breath, like as I hear the like 20 or like how long have you 11, like how long have you been here, 20 years, just like under my breath, like this place is a hellhole. It's cursed. This is terrible.
Even math doesn't work here anymore.
Yeah,
pretty much.
What and then just what's your name?
Zora.
Izora.
Zora.
I'm Rivers. Any enemy of Strahd's in this upside down world is a friend of mine.
Ah, fuck, he got its name. Now we're gonna have to keep it.
You know, it's like my dad always used to say, twice as much isn't half as even. And when we're here, we have to band together to try to make progress. So you seem wise for your age. Is there anything you can tell us from before you remember being locked up? How long has your soul been present here? Like,
And while this is going on, real quick before he answers that, Pat, what are you doing? You hear this conversation. As you get to the second floor, you hear you hear this. There's talking happening now. It seems like the threat level has suddenly kind of dropped. Ismark and Irina are with you on the second floor. What are you doing? Who are these children? Are you okay?
I don't know. Look at them. Are you two all right?
Yes. Oh, thank God. Thank God you came. Thank God.
Set them down and dust off their clothes or something.
They look terrified of the grindstone that is next to you.
Usher him outside. Usher him outside.
Okay, you're gonna take him outside.
Yeah.
Irina immediately kind of takes to them as well, just kind of ushering them away. Children, let's go. We must leave here. One of the boy says, "We must get out of here quickly. They'll come back."
Say that loudly up the stairs. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's get the heck out of here, guys.
Okay. All right, you head down to back to the first level, and out into the daylight.
Yeah.
Okay, you come out to the daylight. As a reminder. What's that?
I was gonna say, do you have trauma after seeing the broken door that?
Oh yeah, the fucking door.
Just gotta clear the door, man. I got zapped and then fried.
As you step out, yeah, there is. It's still about 10 a.m., 10:30 maybe. As you guys have been traveling for just a couple of hours. Middle of the morning. Yeah.
Before we go, I want to look around the windmill a little bit. I'm looking for something.
Yeah. I'm just going to cover Pat for a minute. So Pat, no, you're good. So Pat, you step out. It's about 10 a.m. Again, it's cloudy, as it always is in Barovia. You're really just your first day here still. It's still cloudy outside. Your horses are still tied up outside, and you usher those two kids out. Back upstairs, we go back to that conversation.
Yeah, I was looking at Lysander. Oh, yeah, I forgot Rivers asked the question. All right, go ahead.
I don't really answer anybody's questions. I'm just kind of looking around the room like I'm searching for something.
Yeah, and you see it. It's on the side wall back by where the bed caught on fire. It's attached to the side of the wall.
She scrambles over and picks up this object. It's a long whip. She just takes a look at it, hoists it up in her hand for a second, then swings out like a long, perfect strike, taking out a torch or something hanging on the wall over there. And she coils back up and she just puts it on her hip and says, "Okay, I'm ready."
Rivers sees that and basically is like, "All right, yeah, no problem. We can pick up that conversation on the road. Let's get out of here."
Okay, Darren, you were about to talk to Lysander.
I mean, I'm still, I guess at this point, she just ran off while my head was turned to looking at Lysander. I don't know if he was doing anything.
Really just questioning my life choices at this point. Like, and then kind of in a resounding, like, yeah, fuck it. Like, goddamn Monster Squad. Just, muttering to myself, walking down the stairs. Like, God knows we don't look terrible enough as it is. We got the goddamn demon and
three humans, a demon, a weird looking elf, and now Frankenstein. I mean,
what could possibly
we got a Frankenstein, we got a Dracula, we got a demon, we got a whatever the hell I look like. I mean,
if anybody has
another demon,
if anybody has beef with the party, it's like, guys, we're in Barovia. Like, what's the everything's.
Yeah, but we look like the things that everyone's afraid of.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
bump in the night.
Yeah, you are the bump in the night. That's
good
that
point.
is definitely headed.
Roderick.
Yeah, you guys give the group credibility along with Ismark and Irina currently. All right,
No,
so you guys
we're
are
not bad.
Bad thing-
We're not human, right? Cool.
The sad thing is that all of the charismatic characters are the evil looking ones.
yeah, that's right.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so are you? This little Frankenstein creature is standing there. Jeff, are you just going to leave? You just going to head down the steps?
I'm just kind of sitting around waiting for everybody else to see what they're going to do.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
Mom.
so
I mean, I'm going to take a look around while we're here first, just
yeah,
before we. I mean, what the hell? What the hell have they been up to? Besides,
yeah.
stuffing souls into parts.
The old bone grinder.
The old bone grinder. That's right. There's not much up here. Let me pull up my notes on this module real fast. It's been a minute. I was not prepared. There it is. Old bone grinder. Looking around this room. Let's see. It's just clutter up here. It's a bed. There's an old bed which has now been burned and crisped. There's the 2 boxes, a bunch of discarded clothing that looks like it's children's clothing, like small boots and little small shirts and clothes. There's really nothing of value here. It doesn't even look like the bed was really used. It's just it looks like they moved in, and you could just see stuff, garbage and stuff scattered around. The most utilitarian part you've seen of this place was the ground floor, where you saw the ovens and the pastries.
Goddamn, Doug. This is just like every time you open your mouth, this place is getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I recall.
There's no floor above this? This is it?
No, you do not see the steps end at this floor.
I don't think this building was built as a bone grinder. I think it's a retrofitted bone grinder.
Well, yes. Yeah. All right.
Don't eat the pastries.
I almost did. Casimir says.
Wait, did you? Never mind.
He said, "Don't eat the pastries."
I thought he was saying go and eat the pastries, like his character.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
I wouldn't eat them if I were you.
Yeah.
Soylent Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I say we get the fuck out of here.
Let's go.
All right. Well, you guys make your way back downstairs.
You didn't.
I'm gonna wait.
leave anything behind.
What's that? What's that?
I was like that. The Doug, the other guy exploded, right? He didn't leave anything behind. No,
Correct. Yeah, he exploded in a bright white flash.
That's right.
What is Zora wearing?
Zora?
Here, as you can tell, she's got some kind of shreddy looking, tattered green, I don't really call it armor, just kind of like a traveler's clothes, sort of. It doesn't really look like it's her kind of style, per se. She has no style. She has no individuality, actually. She does have some armor on underneath. Not that you guys can really tell, probably, but...
So I ask her as we're going downstairs, are you a fighter of some sort? You seem to know your way around that whip.
I've hunted
Have you been
monsters
out of this
before.
cave? Your soul has, or these body parts have?
Yes.
There's I don't know if it would be useful to you, but at the ground floor there's a mercenary that I got these really nice boots off of, but he's got some chainmail. I don't know if it would be useful to you as far as protection or not.
It's a chain
Chain
shirt.
shirt,
Yeah.
I think is what it was. Chain
It's
shirt.
medium
That's actually what
armor
I'm
chain
wearing.
shirt.
That's what I got underneath my...
What's that?
That's what I have on underneath my smock already.
It is?
Yep.
But it,
Okay.
just like out of real quick, just out of character, because I was looking at what all you had. It looked like you had chain mail or scale mail,
Oh, that's
which gave you I gave you a disadvantage on stealth, which I saw you also took as proficiency. So I wasn't sure if you wanted something that didn't do that. Which is why
I think chain
Yeah,
shirt
yeah.
does as well.
No,
one of them does not.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, I was gonna try to change it to that. I couldn't figure out how to get the change it once I got ported over. So I didn't realize I could just change it in here though.
Yeah.
So
we can-
that's fine, Darren. If you want to, I'll swap out for that.
Okay. I
Yeah,
added it
you
to your
want.
sheet
It was like
already.
Or you did? Okay.
Which one?
Yep. If you the chain shirt,
Chain
if
shirt?
you if you refresh, it's
Okay.
your D&D Beyond page, Jeff. It'll be there
One second.
Okay.
and equipped. All right. So you guys make your way down, grab the chain shirt off of that, and all of you kind of regrouping the group here are just the ground floor / just right outside this giant windmill. Casimir kind of walks a little bit further away from the group, kind of staring out into the distance a little bit, while the rest of you guys decide what your next move is.
Once everybody is everybody out
Yep.
of the everybody's out.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back in, and is there were there any
grab my
torches
food.
lit in here?
No.
What's that? There's nothing
No
lit.
torches. No.
Hold on.
Does that mercenary guy have any shields I can get to? I have one on my sheet. I just want to.
There is no shield
reason
in
why.
the. He did not have a shield on him.
Okay, take it off my just for now.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. Do I have? Hold on. Sorry.
Your horns are
Yeah.
pretty.
Okay. Thanks. I'm gonna. There was a torch, right? Like just not lit. That
Yeah, there's
there were
oil
torches
lamps
there?
and stuff inside. They just weren't on. It's
Okay.
the middle of the day.
okay. While everyone goes outside and kind of is recalibrating, I'm gonna go grab one of the torches and light it. Use my tinderbox. Get it lit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna throw it in the middle of the room
Yep.
on the main floor. And then as soon I basically just sort of toss it over my shoulder. As soon as I hear it hit the ground, I say Volcran and just keep walking as I essentially use my thaumaturgy to make the flame as big as I possibly can once it hits the ground.
Sure.
Classic cool guy doesn't look at explosions.
Hell yeah.
That's right. Now look at the explosion. Now
It's
look
kind
at
of our thing. We burn down the buildings that we clear out, sort of our MO.
I will tell you
it
in
is
all,
our thing now.
I will tell you in all the reviews I did of this and listened and read people's notes for this game. This place gets burned down in like every story.
I'm sure, yeah. Old Bone Grinder, I think, we don't need that around anymore. We're good.
Nope.
I want to
Okay.
while everybody's doing stuff too. I want to, if I notice Casimir wistfully looking into the distance, I want to check in on him.
Yes. Rivers.
Are you all right, lad?
He breathes out heavily, looks at you. No, I'm not. You notice he's looking back sort of the way you came. I cannot leave the Vistani like this, thinking we murdered Madame Ava. I must fix this. I must go back. He looks at you. He says that.
Rivers thinks on that for a second and sort of chews his lip a little bit and says, I understand. For the better, honestly. It's one more enemy that maybe would be better for us not to have, and sometimes it's good to tie up loose ends. You know, it's like Medai always used to say, half a baked loaf is better than one half baked loaf. So
I
sometimes
don't know what that means, but
3 in less
Yes.
than an hour.
Yeah, that's a
Sometimes-
record.
Is that what it is?
Sometimes it's good to close the chapter.
Yes. I
You-
don't think we need the Vistani as an enemy. And
Or his dad, for that matter.
Well, he's already an enemy.
Pour one out.
he looks at you. I will catch up with you in Krezik or Vallaki. I must go back.
Are we like?
I'll
Are we
chime
like
in. I
decently?
think that is a. Go ahead. Bert.
No, my bad. I was gonna say, are we having that conversation like separate from everybody, or is it?
Yeah,
like
you
everybody?
stepped away. He was sort of away from the group, and you moved away. So yeah.
Oh, I thought that was happening. I was going to chime
Well,
in then. If
The
it was
only
happening.
reason I ask is because I was gonna say, is he like trying to like infer that he kind of wants to keep it low key, like he just wants to dip out Irish goodbye, you know? What I mean?
No. I think he was just looking, kind of having second thoughts. And
Okay.
he just kind of. No, he's not trying to like dip out, but no, he's talking kind of quietly. It's just you see him kind of reach into his satchel. But Rivers, take these. He hands you the 4 cards. Your 4 cards. These. As I told you on the road here, I was not brought here by Madame Eva. This fortune is for you. And he hands you the 4 cards. But I will be back.
Take the cards and slide them into my cloak pocket. Give him a pat on the back.
He'll walk
Doug,
over
do I
to the rest.
do I see this?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you see them
So
having
do I
a
see him-
conversation. Yeah. And he walks back over. My friends, I must return to the Vistani people. I need to write what has happened here.
I look at him and nod. If you remember what we talked about on the way here, would you mind if I held on to Madame Ava's crystal ball
Of course.
while you're gone?
See if you can reach her. She is
Wait,
the
wait,
key to
Fortune
breaking
teller's
this
dead?
curse. What's that?
The fortune teller died?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
she did.
Oh, shoot. That doesn't bode well for us.
Yeah, they totally think we did it too, like
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, I was there. I kind of think we did it. You know.
That's what Zora's asking, I was asking that in character. Zora's asking that because she knows of her.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So she's
Yes.
like, wait, the fortune teller's dead?
Strahd killed her.
Rod killed her.
Thank
Oh.
you. We say in unison.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally, you know.
And that's the story we're all going to stick to if anybody asks.
I mean,
Nasty
She
business.
nods solemnly and sits quietly and waits.
He'll hand you the crystal ball. Yes. See if you can reach her, Calsolis. She is the key to breaking this curse. I'm sure of it. My friends, I will catch up with you all in Vallaki or Krezik.
I mean, I really don't think you are. I think if you're not dead within 24 hours, you're going to wish you were. Like,
Perhaps. But the power of the Vistani people will protect me.
okay, keep telling yourself that.
Step up to him as he is walking away, though. Casimir, be safe. I feel like our fates are intertwined and that we'll see each other again, but keep an eye out.
You will see me again.
I hope so. Wink at him. Don't really.
He nods at you. He has a quick conversation with Ismark, shakes his hand. And then, exit stage right, Casimir, for now. So you see
Okay,
him
bye, Casimir.
start making his way down the road, back the way you came. All right, good. Exited out of character. Very well. For now. Okay, what do you guys want to do? I turn it back to you all as Casimir exits to back to the east. I have reactivated the map of the region, plus added some notes of things that you saw from your vantage point on this windmill. Again, you guys are here as a reminder. Oh, sorry, at the Bone Grinder. And from up here on this hill, you can see a couple of things. once again, you can see Vallaki, which is where you were headed to head through, just at the bottom of this valley, next to Lake Zarevich. I've made a note of the wizard sighting that you were somewhat interested in up on the other side of the lake. I've made a note of the mansion. It looks like some sort of like a small castle that Ismark told you that some sort of Order of the Silver Dragon supposedly was there. They were warriors against Strahd and lost and died, including the dragon was killed, supposedly. And then the ruins of Berez, which is the first town that defied Strahd and he destroyed. So those are all the things you can see from this top of this giant hill that you're on. Further to the north, you can see the mountains, Mount Baratok. Directly to the south, you can see Mount Gakis. It's a huge mountain. You can see it's snow-topped. And then far to the west, you can see, really as the road carries past Vallaki, it goes up into the hills again. And you actually see a little bit of snow coverings from here far to the west, at the edge of the Barovia Valley. And you would know that Krezk is that way somewhere. So,
I mean, I say we get back on the road to Vallaki.
Road, we gotta hit town before it starts to get dark for sure. What time of day is it again?
it's about 10:30.
Oh, okay, cool. We got time.
Yeah, you should get there by noon or 1 is what you estimated.
But we are trying to jet straight through Vallaki, right, and get all the way to Krezk. Everyone, is that the?
I think it was dependent on what all happens on the way, and how late it is when we get there.
All right.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
What about these children? Ismark says. Irina's kind of tending to them currently.
Feel free. No, I'm just kidding.
And Jeff, there is 2 other people outside that now are just noticing you at this point. A young man in about his 30s with long white hair. That's Ismark. And a beautiful young woman. Looks like a Brazilian like supermodel, pretty much. Kind of dark skin, braided reddish hair. Looks pretty muscular and pretty toned, but she's wearing basically a nightgown at this point. She is. And she's tending to the 2 children, but Ismark sees this Frankenstein creature. He says, what you do about the children? And then he looks at Jeff, and this thing, what is going on here now?
Got no strings to tie me down.
We have to get the children to safety.
We could get them to Vallaki, I suppose.
We must. It's our absolute duty.
I agree with Rivers. We
with us.
certainly can't leave them here. If we were basing everything on looks alone, do you think that we would really be a group together right now?
The girl speaks. They were awful. The women here, they killed so many children. She looks like she's in shock. She's kind of talking, just kind of out loud, but to no one in specific.
They weren't women, they were hags.
Where are you from? Ask the little kids. Where are you from, children?
We are from Barovia. We were given to one of the women by our parents.
Checks out.
Well, sounds like there's not much left in Barovia for you.
Not much left in Barovia, period.
Yes. Come with us. There's a man. I don't know. There ain't much here in. Not knowing if there's an orphanage or anything in Vallaki, but we can get you to the next town and figure it out there.
Given the type of place this is, I'm pretty sure there are a ton of orphanages here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm just wondering who's working at them.
Probably a town where it's like, you have your pick.
We'll get into
we burned down the bone grinder, so that revolving door is done.
They moved. They left the windmill. The boy says. They They were moving. They were coming back occasionally, but they moved. They wanted to be closer to people.
So then who were the two people that were here, or the two creatures that were here, if they're not the ones that were doing them?
They left them here to watch over the facilities.
Has someone tried to come rescue you before?
I do not know. We've been upstairs. I heard some sort of commotion a few days ago.
I was boxed when those kids came in.
What was that, Jeff?
Sounds like you were mocked for quite a while.
Yes.
There have been many.
You guys might notice she kind of waffles in between sounding like a 10-year-old and sounding like somebody way more mature at times.
I look at Zora. I said, "You're welcome to come with us. You can. We're headed to Vallaki. You can head out there, or if you're.
What's in Vallaki for you?
That's just where we're headed. That's our next stop for now. We're trying to find a place. Find a safe place for these two." Went back over my shoulder at Ismark.
Stroud lives. There is no safe place for anyone.
Vallaki is safer than Barovia. We're from Barovia. Vallaki at least has defenses, guards, a wall. Well, Krezek, perhaps. Either are fortified cities. There is nothing left in Barovia. So we are heading west.
That and Stroud put a bounty on our heads for the return of them in Barovia, so there's no going back there. But you're welcome to travel with us to Vallaki, and if you can actually use that whip and defend yourself, you're welcome to travel with us farther.
Ismark, when you say that, walks over to you, Darren, just kind of bends down and just says, "Thank you for that. I think that's the first time you've said you're actually helping us." Just know, if you get my sister safe, my sword is yours, if you ever need it.
Bit uncharacteristic of me, but that's my character. Characteristically uncharacteristic.
Of warmth.
And just like that, Calsolus's heart grew 3 sizes.
Yeah, but then it shrinks again. It's crazy.
We should go, Ismark says.
Just
As
that
this
shiny thing
giant
pops up.
beacon of fire is now roaring up into the sky as this building starts to burn. They will know we're here, that is
Pretty.
for sure.
Everyone's going to know we're here.
Let's
We should-
mount
We
up.
should
Let's not be here.
We should go.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 3 horses and 6 of you. It's 4 horses. Excuse me, 4 horses, and 5 of you, 7 of you, 7 adults. I mean, the kids can get onto any horse. So, what's this look like at this point? Ismark will ride with Irina as they always do, and they'll take the girl on their horse.
The horses like me.
They don't like you. No. I don't know that anything really likes you, but they seem pretty unskittered in general.
Okay.
They've seen some shit.
Not the weirdest one they've seen. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, in Barovia, you're honestly the bar's pretty high as far as evil shit.
I'll saddle up on a horse and reach down to Zora, hand out, climb on.
She barely touches your hand, but she jumps onto the back of the horse like she was born to it.
Okay, getting kind of Yoda in episode 3 vibes. I like it.
Okay, and the next horse, just so I know who's with who.
I'll ride with Calsolus.
Okay.
Podrick, the big thick boy, usually rolls by himself.
Yeah, then
Demon
you
couple.
get You get the other kid then, Roderick.
Or 2 kids, right? 2.
No, the girl
The
is
other one
with
was with-
Irina.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Irina and Ismark. Okay, so you guys mount up. Again, it's 10:30. Probably you have that conversation, light the thing on fire. It's probably now closer to 11. As you guys, I assume, set back off to the road.
Yeah.
It is cloudy. It is cool this morning. And as you're riding on, you hear just the faintest distance, a crash of thunder. Sounds like it's pretty far off. But you set off along this windy road. The woods come up on your left side as you start making your way. And again, this puts you guys about here. I'll just put a little fig just to kind of show where you guys are at. We'll use Lysander again as you guys head out. We should get there in maybe 2 hours, depending on our pace. And that is my question. What kind of pace do you guys want to take as you guys set off?
Pretty
Is it
brisk, right? Like probably not a casual trot.
So a trot plus,
Yes.
not a full race,
That's
but
a big flaming tower behind us, so they know where we were. So it should be high time.
Yeah, I would echo what Jeff is saying of like, yeah, move pretty quickly away from the burning tower, and then we can scale it back a little bit.
okay, got it. To like a trot plus, faster than you were traveling, but not quite, not a full Lord of the Rings chase kind of mode. Got it. So initially, you guys take off. What's the order look like? There are 4 horses. Ismark generally kind of, he's from here, so he'll be towards the front with Irina. What's the rest of this order look like?
Rivers usually, I feel like, is in the van in the back. So I'll bring up the rear.
Okay, River's in the back. Okay.
I'll be behind the Ismark caravan.
Okay. Behind? Do you like actually behind?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay, got it. So 1, 2, 4. Darren, where's your guys' horse? Where would you kind of put yourself? You're muted if you're talking. Still muted if you're talking. There you go. Oh, you're gone. All gone. All gone.
We'll be by the front of but near the Ismarks.
Okay, so up there with them, sort of like tail and tail, or
Absolutely, maybe like next to or slightly a pace behind, but definitely with up front.
got it.
You guys have
Okay.
the sharp eyesight too. Makes sense. Always scouting ahead a little bit.
Okay. You guys set off. And as we are in Barovia, as I said before, every hour of travel has potential encounters along this road. So the first hour, as you guys make your way off of this hill, down this dark old road, dirt road, the woods continue to kind of tower over you on your left side as you dip into this valley. The first hour, really nothing seems to have happened or encounters of any sort. You do hear wolves occasionally howling in the distance, but nothing particularly close. Pat, could you roll me a d20, please? For first hour.
10.
10. First hour goes by without anything at all. As you enter the second hour, the road twists and turns pretty heavily to the west as we would get to about here. The woods start to form up on both the east and the west, or actually north and south at this point, of the road as you travel deeper into the woods towards this last pace. You hear Ismark, we should be there soon. Let's keep up the pace. Should be there by just after lunch. It continues on. You hear, you get the faint smell. Testing, Darren. Testing. Having some audio issues there. Give him a second.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
There you
Hello.
go. Now we can hear you.
Jesus Christ, what the hell? Sorry.
So you're good.
I
So,
didn't catch any of that.
so the first hour goes by without any issues. Was what you missed. Short version. During the
Can we-
second hour.
Go ahead.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I was gonna say once we're at a. I was gonna ask once we were at like a normal trot, can we do another rest? Use that as a rest again.
Yeah, you can short rest. Yep, as you're just riding.
We're all pretty effed up.
Yeah, feel free.
Some of us are.
See if this
Feel free.
short rest function actually works this time too.
Okay. As the second hour sets in, as I was just saying, the road twists heavily to the west. Woods just completely crowd the canopy over you, almost to the point where it's hard to see the sky as the branches stretch over the road on either side. These dark green and gray leaves. But as you approach into the second hour, you get the faint smell, and you can just smell it in the air, that you're very close to Lake Zarevich. You can smell the water, the moisture in the air, as you guys travel on through the second hour. About halfway through the second hour, you're getting further along this side road. I need everybody in the front. So that was Darren, Drew, and Ismark, and Irina. I need you to make a perception roll as you guys are riding on.
$18. 15.
Uh, 18, and Lysander?
15 for Lysander.
15. 15?
Yeah, 15.
Got it.
Yep.
And Ethan, will you give me a D20 real quick for Ismark while I'm pulling up his sheet?
I certainly will.
Thank you. Got Ismarky up now.
5.
Plus
5.
5 with a plus 3. Okay, 8. He doesn't see nothing. The 18 and the 15, you would see it. As you guys are riding on, again, Ismark seems almost picking up the pace just a little bit, kind of feeling like you're on the home stretch, and kind of knows based on how flat the ground's getting, like you can tell, like, we're close now. Probably, 20, 30 minutes away by his estimation. As you guys are riding along, Darren, you see it. Directly ahead of Ismark and Irina and you guys, across the top of the road, or across the top of the trees, you can see what looks like a couple of giant branches have been, looks like, strung up in front of the road. Like some sort of, like, trap, essentially. Like a barricade that could come down. You can see the ropes. You can spot it. It's coming up fast. Probably less than 100 feet away.
Classic Ewok.
I yell for Ismark to stop and pull the rein, and yell stop and then pull back on the reins.
Give an animal handling check for you as you try to pull this thing to a stop quickly. Ismark does.
It's not bad for me. That's not my area of expertise.
Yeah, well.
18.
Oh, yeah. You stop on a dime. You pull back. The horse listens. You kind of come to a stop. Ismark a little further ahead of you, probably about 10, 15 feet ahead of you before his horse, kind of neighs and pulls back a little bit, but does slow down to a slow trot and then a stop. He's about 20 feet out, which is only about 40 feet away from this log. Everyone can now make one more perception check, please. DC 14. Already made the roll.
As we're slowing down, say down to the little boy, why do you think we're stopping?
23.
Nine. I was talking.
Not. You were talking. Oh,
Nat
nat
20.
20.
Damn, 25. Nice.
I can see
Okay.
through time and space.
Yes, you can see. Yes. You all see a couple of things. As you come to a stop, the two horses in the back, I assume you guys come to a stop with the rest of the group. Those with a 14 or higher, I will describe, which is just
Just me and Jeff.
just you and Jeff, and you go see everything. So everyone else, you just kind of stop. Lysander, you see this giant, thing in the road. Darren, you spot right beside it, kind of there's a large rock pretty close to where you can kind of see this thing's been strung up. You can see something kind of peering around the corner as if waiting. You see two red, beady eyes giant gray and black striped fur of a creature hunched over, looking around a kind of on this large rock outcropping. But he's not hidden all that well, because he pretty much, as soon as you stop, starts to step into the road. What your PC check pulls is to your left and right, pretty hidden, pretty well stealthed and hidden in the trees. You spot another pair of large wolves, one to the left and one to the right, and then another smaller wolf next to each. So 4 wolves in total to your left and to your right on either side of the road. Pretty much where you're at. I mean, by the time you stop, they're just ahead of you to the left and to the right. These things are large. 2 of them, the first on the left is a large white wolf. You can see it's kind of crouched in the brush waiting. It looks to be a dire wolf of some sort. And there's a small cub next to it, also white. To the right is a dark black one with a small cub next to it on either side of the road. And you see this creature that stands on all fours, this absolute werewolf. There's no mistaking it. Comes around the rocks about 30 feet from Ismark and Irina. Comes out on all fours, kind of crouches out on all fours, and then stands up. In the middle of the road.
Bad doggy.
He's a bad dog.
Does anybody have a squeaky toy they can throw?
It might be me. I am speaking to it.
That's about right.
So only me and Jeff see the wolves. Everybody sees the werewolf. Is that?
Yeah, everybody sees the werewolf. You guys see you and Jeff see the wolves in the woods.
And what is the werewolf doing? He just
he steps. Yep, he steps out into the middle of the road and stops. His trap clearly, very much like Wile E. Coyote here, pretty much. His trap does not seem to have taken hold. Just steps out into the road and kind of just stands there and waits.
Super genius.
I'm definitely gonna draw my fucking weapon.
Okay. Draw your weapon.
Whip it good.
I look at the werewolf and I'm like, look, if you want to take you and your cubs and head back into the forest, we'll pass without hurting y'all. Just be gone.
You'll go nowhere.
All right.
So tired of being Strahd's errand boy. This ends today. Leave the girl.
Hey, if you want to come with us, we're actually we seem to have open ranks right now. If you want to join up with our group,
Small application fee,
everybody.
but,
Leave
Persuasion
the
check.
girl.
Go for it.
Well, that's what he says. Leave the girl. He points at Irina and Ismark. Leave the girl and you can go. Yeah, you hear him say pretty much, I'm tired of being Strahd's errand boy. Leave the girl. This ends the day. Leave the girl, and you can go, is what he says.
Were you going to say something, Drew?
I was gonna say, let me take a look here.
We got a rolled up newspaper.
A dog.
Cast it well. Okay. Yeah, no, we're fine. You can let us pass. Doug, make a DC 15 check.
Okay, what do you cast? What's that?
Casting friends, we're fine. You can let us go.
Casting friends?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what is it? It's a DC 15. What's the save? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a wisdom.
Wisdom
15.
save.
You magically, the target must succeed on a wisdom savings throw or have the charm condition for the duration.
Got it.
Right back, guys.
All right, so you wave your hand. Interesting. All right. Wolves. Where'd my wolves go? There they are. my werewolf stats here. Wisdom save. 15?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go look up the charmed condition. It did not pass its save. Charmed. Okay, a charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. The charmer has advantage on any ability checks to interact socially with the creature. Okay, so you cast, and definitely
Friends,
seems like he
yeah.
goes. Yeah, he seems like he gets a little less tense as you do.
Yeah, we're fine. We don't need to drop anybody off. You can just let us pass. It's cool.
Strahd
This
wants to-
isn't the girl you're looking for. You missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
Straight mind.
Well, he tried that already. I think that's what he did to the vampire, if I recall. It didn't work. Strahd wants her. He just he says it out loud and then just kind of thinks about it. All right, so Joel or Drew, you say you don't need it. You don't need her. Give me a. You're the one talking.
We're fine. You can let us pass. It's okay.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, as the charmed effect does.
I got a 24.
That's a
Holy
pretty
shit.
good roll.
What?
I got a 17 with a +7 in my persuasion. So
I feel like you're twirling your mustaches.
I got
joys of being a
You
bard.
don't need to do this.
I got a 20, but it was a natural 20. But unfortunately, it has no additional pluses to that. So, you say that. He just kind of looks at you. I suppose you could be a friend of our people. You should travel through, but no. Why am I here? What? Just looks confused and confuddled as he stares at you for a moment. Strahd will come for her. But you can pass today. He just kind of points at you. And seems confused. You can tell he's definitely...
You should probably go back home.
Take your little puppies with you.
Yeah.
It makes sense. We let him go last time. He lets us go this time.
Right.
I do
Is
like...
it the same one that ran away?
No, it is not. It does
Oh,
not
it's
look like
not.
the one that ran away.
I thought it was.
He would be very behind you at this point.
That's true.
Well, he's a quadruped. He might have asked us. We did fuck around at the
You
window for a while.
did. You did. I don't think there's a path that would have got him here. I don't think. He'd have to go through some major hills and mountains there to beach it. Excuse me. Yeah, he just backs away. You can pass today. Be careful. Strahd is looking for her.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I would actually really appreciate it if you didn't tell him that you saw us either.
You did see the end of
over
this.
here.
You did see the end of that spell, right? As I just read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go.
He
Yeah,
gets
it only takes
extremely
about a minute.
hostile. Yeah, he gets extremely
You gotta go.
hostile afterwards.
Shit, get out of here.
Yep, time to go.
He steps away. He clears the road.
And we go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ismark
Let's go.
looks confused, completely confused. Ismark looks back at you, sees the werewolf get out of the way, and yeah, he just hits the reins
I
and
head out
goes.
before, while he's looking back, I go. Like
okay.
we're taking the lead. We're taking the lead.
Okay.
While
All right.
he-
Well,
while he's looking at us,
all right.
There you
Well,
go.
he'll
'cause I know
follow.
what happens.
He'll follow behind you then, and the horses will carry on. Absolutely.
Our second
what-
time not fighting wolves in the forest.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
No, it's cool.
that only worked because there's only one sentient creature there. You know, I wrote this 3 or 4 times, and at one point I had 2 werewolves and less other wolves. That would not have worked, and I'm paying for that now. So there you go.
Well, it makes if you think about it, though, it makes sense because there's only one leader in a wolf pack.
Yeah,
It's going to be the one werewolf.
Yeah.
Right,
well,
Smooth talked his way out of it.
Yeah. Well, you do, and the horses, you can carry on. And as he says that and sees you going, Ismark will chase behind you guys, and you guys carry on. And that, you avoid that encounter entirely. Well done.
Hell yeah! Take 1,000 experience, Drew.
Yeah. I take 2 inspirations, actually.
Let me pull up the next page. Then I was not expecting to go straight there. The old Vallaki road meanders further into the valley, watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods begin to recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a giant wooded palisade wall. The wall is about 15 feet high and all around the building. The road goes right through it. The woods kind of clear away from the road for a moment, but on either side of the village or the Vallaki, you can see the woods just kind of push up against the north and south walls pretty heavily. The dirt road goes straight up to a giant gate that is currently closed with metal bars, and a chain is wrapped around it. That's what you see as you're probably about 100 yards off. You can see this gate that goes right to the middle of this town. This town looks very large. Unlike Barovia, this is probably twice as big as Barovia was. As you're coming into the valley, you can see numerous buildings. Looks like a main road that it continues just right through the center of the town. 1-story, 2-story buildings, and another kind of section that goes north towards the lake. It's a pretty big town, and as you're coming down this hill, this embankment into the valley, you can kind of see into the town pretty well, and you can see people just moving around, doing life in Vallaki. It looks like a regular town, the first regular normal thing you've seen since coming to Barovia.
The gates are open.
The gate is closed currently.
Oh, okay.
So as you're approaching, you see the metal gate is currently closed, and you can see a metal chain wrapped around it as you get closer to it.
But there's people moving around outside.
Nope, all inside. You don't see anything outside. The last thing you see as you're approaching is around the gate on spikes are the heads of wolves. There's about a dozen of them scattered in a field, kind of to the left and to the right, of just giant spikes with giant wolf heads. Some dire wolves, much larger. Some looks like more regular-sized wolves, but you see them scattered around as if creating a message that they are not welcome here.
As we get closer, I'm going to kind of pull back and let Ismark take the lead, so the humans are, at the front of our pack.
Okay. He
the
does.
Demon Squad.
Okay. How far back are you staying back? Just letting him talk, or
Yeah, let him take the front, because we do have Silvertongue behind us in case,
Okay.
or behind me in case Ismark isn't able to human talk his way in.
Okay. He approaches. Unless you guys are going to go all the way up to it. Or unless you're not going to go all the way up to it. He continues heading forward. Comes right up to the gate. As you approach, that's what you saw. You saw the heads. You see this metal gate. It is locked with a padlock, pretty thick chain, and a pretty nice-looking, ornate padlock. This looks like this would be difficult to break. And behind it are two clearly city guards, both human, probably in their 20s, wearing just kind of standard clothes, traveler's clothes, but over it, thick studded leather, and they're each holding spears that are like basically extra long. Like, so you could see they could easily poke them through the gate if they wanted to or needed to. They both turn and kind of look out as the group approaches. You hear one of them yell, "Who goes there?" Ismark responds. I love talking to myself. Ismark talks. I am Ismark of Barovia. We are travelers from Barovia. Please, let us in. For God's sakes. The two guards look at each other and do look across the horses all approaching, seeing the demon, the Frankenstein, two humans, and the rest of the children. What in the hells are this? What is traveling with you? What are these things, these creatures?
What are you?
We're fine. We didn't eat the children. We're cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Children. They've got children with them. Yeah, they're demons. You moron. We can't let them in here. That's a demon. Clearly they're Strahds. The other one responds.
Well,
We are
absolutely not. Come on. These kids are. We just saved these kids. They're obviously. They need some shelter. I thought these people were supposed to be more nice.
These people hate... he turns around to answer you. These people hate Strahd as much as we do. Let us in.
Certainly. Jump onto it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you roll it, Pat, since you're the first one that spoke with Ismark. With advantage, give me a persuasion check. I don't want to roll it.
With advantage.
With advantage.
There's a 10. And there's a 9.
Got it.
So it sounded pretty much exactly like I said it. Yeah.
Yeah. The Elder would have our heads if we let these monsters in here. No, go away. Go back to Barovia.
I'll have your heads if you don't let us in.
Who are you? What? I don't take Bandy Creedon's words with creatures of the night.
Do you think the Elder would be as... Do you think he would say the same thing if you let two kids just back out into the forest?
Better safe than sorry, he would say. Leave here. Don't make
You're
me...
as bad as Stroud.
Say that. As you say that, you hear a voice kind of ring out. Oh my God! A female voice. Open the gates and let them in. What? They both turn around. But madam, we cannot. Just open the gates, for God's sakes. But no more buts. Just do it. And you see, as she says that, whoever this is, you don't see them as they're behind the wall somewhere. They both like, oh yes, madam. And they immediately go, start pull out a key, start opening the gate and the lock, and they move the chain and pull it open. This is on you, madam. If they cause trouble, please. She just says, and she steps into view, and you see a beautiful young woman, probably in her 30s, pale white skin, not like vampire pale, but like noble pale, kind of sickly pale, white kind of milky skin. But as you came down the valley, I mean, you could see some of the Barovians, and through the gates, you can see people moving around the main street, which just goes right through the middle of the town. Everybody's wearing pretty much standard kind of low-grade traveler's clothes. As she steps into view, she is wearing a gorgeous olive green like ball gown. She sticks out like a sore thumb as she appears. She has bright red hair that goes down past her shoulders and piercing green eyes. And you see her just kind of step into view. Behind her is a human male, probably in his 40s, dressed in nice clothes like a butler, like really nice, like fine, like servant's clothes of some sort. But he is wearing a scimitar, well, actually, it'll be a rapier, on his side. But they open the gates and they step out of the way. Come in, we must close the gates quickly. Come. Don't cause any trouble in Vallaki.
Should let you know we spotted a group of werewolves up the road that might give other travelers some problems. You might want to go up there and clean it out.
Tell the hunters, he says. As you guys, I assume, are you all coming in?
Yeah.
Lead my horse in for sure.
Okay. They close the gates behind you quickly. And you see this woman just kind of looking at you as you come in. My. Welcome to Vallaki. Sorry for the rude welcome.
Actually, as we pass by the guards too, Roderick feels kind of bad. Look at the guard. I don't think you're as bad as Stroud. I just can't believe that somebody would just leave kids to just sit out in the forest. I have no hard feelings. Thank you for eventually opening the gates up.
As I go by, I say, some hard feelings. Some.
Just a little bit.
They just kind of scowl at you and continue looking out the gate, especially as Lysander makes the comment about the werewolves are kind of like watching, looking outside to make sure there's nothing coming. This wall is like 15 feet high. This is a very secured town, you can tell. All right, so you see this young woman, and you see this beautiful, I mean, not beautiful, but town. You see this large town compared to Barovia. The buildings look well-maintained. They look, you see one-story buildings, two-story buildings. Jeff, you have flashes of memories of Vallaki being pretty much the hub of the Barovia Valley. It's really pretty much the only real town left besides Barovia, and Barovia is just a tiny little village that was even in shambles years ago. And Krezk, you've seen, but it's pretty much an outsider. It stays, they don't travel much into Vallaki, and not a lot of people go to Krezk. So most of your time was spent here in Vallaki. And so as you step in, you get flashes of the familiarity of this village. And what you know about it is that absolutely the flashes of memory you have, and is pretty much what you guys have heard, that the elder of this village is vehemently a staunch, stands up to Strahd. He just absolutely has no love for the devils. So, but yeah, you see this woman standing there who, welcome to Vallaki.
We don't have a good track record with town elders, so.
Sorry for the rude welcome.
Rivers would definitely make a point, like as he's like crossing by with the horse, like bow my head to the lady and say, "Ma'am, thank you for allowing us passage. I swear we will bring no trouble to your town."
Oh,
like say your town, like assume it's just like she's like the fucking mayor or something.
Yeah, but it's not my town. But welcome. I would not allow someone clearly with your talents to be turned away. Welcome. You are most welcome here in Vallaki.
As River gallops her horse past her, when I look at her, does she set off any signals for me specifically?
You don't recognize her.
Okay.
You've not met her. You don't have any memories of her here.
Okay.
She does not look familiar to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why are you here in Vallaki? What brings you here from Barovia? You'll have to forgive my my eavesdropping. He sees Irina, and he sees she sees Irina at this point, kind of taking you all in. You notice, for the first time, like everybody else you've met so far has reacted to the demon, especially. You two have gotten a pretty poor reaction. She looks at you and just looks past you, like nothing, whoop, nothing at all. But her eyes do set on Irina, and she's, "Oh, young lady, you look a fright. What has happened to you?" Is anybody saying anything? Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say Rivers will say something, but I didn't know if anyone in the party. I feel like they would have a good vibe of the fact that I will probably say more than I should, so I didn't know if it was gonna interrupt me or interject. But no, I would as she says, "You look a fright." I'll say, it's been a hard road, my lady. We have come from the village of Barovia and endured many hardships, and we just seek quick respite. And do you know where is there a house of sanctuary or a church or an orphanage here? We have some orphans that we unfortunately rescued.
She sees the kids. Oh yes, my. There is a church at the far west end of town, St. Andrew's. There is an orphanage in Vallaki. There's been a need. We've had adults missing, killed. It is not uncommon. There is an orphanage. It's on the north end of town. Excuse me. The north end of town, of course. But if you need anything at all, please, don't hesitate to ask. She looks at you, Calsolus, especially, and Lysander. Her eyes now move to you two, kind of taking you guys in, and Jeff as well. Kind of these more odd-looking things. She spends a little more time, her eyes kind of resting on the three, you three more than anybody else. If you need anything, she sort of insinuates, please. My name is Fiona Wachter. I have a small estate on the south end of town. I would love to spend some time with you all, especially if you are from where I think you're from.
Where do you think we're from?
I'm not from Barovia.
Not originally, but recently.
I know you are not from these lands. And I think we should speak.
You know more than I do, then.
I'm sorry?
You know more than I do, then.
Okay. Let us drop these kids off, and we'll swing by after we've gotten everything else settled.
That would be great. Perhaps you would like dinner this evening at my estate.
Am I getting any odd vibes from her?
What are you looking for?
Is this a, what kind of invitation is this? Is this a
She's giving up
Orlando
the,
Calrissian invaders waiting at dinner sort of invitation?
I never drink wine kind of vibes right now.
You can make an insight check. Sure. I know now that I know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Probably get invited to one of those eyes wide shut parties.
Yeah.
Or
24.
there are bite marks on her neck.
Yeah.
You do not see bite marks on her neck.
Can we see her neck? Is it exposed?
It is exposed, yeah. She's wearing a pretty low-cut olive green ball gown. So her neck and, it's
That
all...
2004 J-Lo dress from the VMAs? I know that one, yeah.
Feel free to post a picture and I'll answer. She, what you pick up from her as she's talking, Darren, the invitation seems legitimate. I mean, it seems like it's a welcome invitation.
More innocent
like
what I'm looking for is what I'm looking for.
Innocent enough. You definitely get a sense that she's guarded and reserved, and there's some disingenuousness to it, but nothing that would suggest, like, I'll invite them to dinner. Nothing quite to that level. But you can read her pretty well. She wants something, basically, I think is what you would pick up. There's something there. It's not a perfectly innocent request. It's more of a, I'm interested in you. We should talk.
Right.
Kind of.
I think that would spike my interest. So, yeah. So yeah, we'll join you. We'll join you for dinner after we get everything else settled.
Great. That would be wonderful. There is an inn at the center of town if you need places to stay. It's called the Blue Water Inn. You can't miss it. I'll look forward to seeing you this evening. I will make preparations. Vladimir, you hear her say, and see this, the human male kind of steps to attention, pulls out an umbrella that he was carrying kind of behind his back, kind of puts it over her, and till the night, she just kind of gives you a quick nod and just walks away into the crowd with him holding his umbrella over her.
I picture Sofia Varaga for some reason when you do that voice. I don't know why.
She seemed nice, like turned to everybody. That's very refreshing after where we've been so far.
That's much more of the welcome that I expected when we got here. but
She wants something. As soon as River
Leaving-
says that, as soon as he says
leaving
that,
really
she
close
wants
to
something.
everybody. Aren't we in a hurry?
She wants something.
Well,
I don't know what, but she wants something.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be a good idea? We should probably go. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to blow her off, right? She seems powerful.
I think so. And if you remember, one of our fortune cards was like an ally, right? Like, so I feel like
Oh, yeah, that's-
anyone who's approaching us, we should at least hear them out, see if it's related to whatever that might be. We can decide later if we want to.
wanna
I
stay
mean,
that-
we've already spent enough time on the road today, and this place looks at least fortified enough that we could stay for a night, hopefully.
Yeah, that's a good point. Doug, do a quick glance around. Like, are we out of earshot of the guards? And, like, is there anybody nearby that's, like, could be listening to our conversation that I can
Yeah,
see?
it's not hard to get out of the earshot of the guards. It's not like there's tons of guards scattered around, so you can take a few, take
Yeah,
a dozen or two steps away.
Sure.
It's not super crowded at this end of town. You can definitely tell that this east end is more of a mercantile section of the village. You can see a couple of shops real close down the road, and there's people more heading in and out of the shops. There's a general store and a couple other stores, which as you guys start moving down the road, I'll start to describe. But there's people are a little further away from you, and there's nobody leaving the gate, so there's kind of a good dead zone, like away from the gate, but before you get into the core part of the town. If you want to have a conversation.
Well, I was going to ask, who was it here? Who is it that we were looking out for? It was the priest, wasn't it? That was the untrustworthy.
The priest was the crazy priest was in the Barovia
Right.
that you've left. No, you've really heard not much about Vallaki outside of Ismark wanted to come here or Krezk to try to find a safe place for Irina. He said that, as I described to Jeff, he's already told you that the mayor, he hasn't been here since he was a kid, but the mayor was a staunch, defier of Strahd. The town has stayed relatively defended. And as you look around, like, people seem to be going about their day. Like, Barovia was a sad place. Like, this seems, at least people are moving around their daily lives here. Like, they're not, like, in terror or in fear. You see them moving around. I mean, nobody looks happy or thrilled to be alive, but definitely you get a sense of calm here.
I must be misremembering because I thought I remembered like there being a figure here that we had to specifically watch out.
They said we could seek out the mayor, that he was a good person, essentially, that we could trust him, but that was pretty much it. The point was that the hags, now as we now know them, overheard us saying that we were going to come here.
That's right.
So we didn't want to leave Irina here because that was what they overheard.
Yeah. You guys originally said you were going to Vallaki, so you were just looking out for, hey, let's keep moving, kind of, let's go all the way to Krezk, potentially. Yep.
Yeah, but staying for the night, I mean, who knows what will happen, but at least we've already been on the road all day and
yeah, at least it's
killed an oracle, burned down a windmill. It's been a day.
It's been a day for sure. At least it's like an established spot. There's a wall, there's
Yeah, exactly.
Rescued 3 people.
Yeah. Speaking of
2
which, we need
people
to-
and some parts.
2 and 3/4.
2 3/4.
Let's zoom these kids to the orphanage
Seven
at
eighths.
some point.
Yes.
A metric, by the way.
I agree. You think the orphanage or the church, as Mark says? The church is at the far end. The priest there is a good man. It's Father Lucian as well. Either. Which do you prefer?
We look at the kids. Where do you want to go?
Be
They
indoctrinated or not?
wherever we're safe. I mean, already we can't thank you enough. Whatever you think is best.
Yeah, I mean, is there like any mental health, services here? These kids are
got the best
absolutely traumatized.
Psychiatric
Like,
services.
they were in boxes and about ready to be eaten, and Lord knows what they saw on the outside of that box. So
Come to the orphanage and get a quick, we'll scope it quickly while we're there,
Okay.
and then, go from there.
Okay, so the orphanage. Got it. Okay. Well, she said it was on the south end of town. So basically the road, and I'll actually bring up a picture of Vallaki at this point for you. Let's find that and put it on the main screen. Basically the main road cuts right through the middle of town, and then there's a jut that heads south up towards the lake, and is pretty much the rest of the village. Here it is. Activate. Boom. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Wasn't sure if I needed to set anything. So you guys are coming in on the east gate over here. So you can kind of see the main road cuts right through. There's a couple little side roads, but this is what would be considered the south end of town, is kind of up. And that heads up towards the lake, which you can clearly see. So Ismark just starts trotting along the road here. You pass through the mercantile section right off the bat. There's a number of things that you see right immediately as you're walking through the town. There is a general store, clear as day. There is an alchemist shop, clear as day. They're right next to each other. There is there's a much larger, what looks like another general store. However, this one, and this is on the left, it's really this red building right here. You see it's a much larger building, 2 stories. But what's unique about it, you can tell it's a general store, and there's people kind of coming and going. But it also has a side, almost like a driveway, like a large open space that's fenced in, and you can see little buildings. They look like little storage buildings kind of scattered throughout it. And that's not what gets your attention. What gets your attention is inside those storage, that little side section, you can see a very colorful cart that looks like a carnival wagon, kind of sitting there. It just stands out, like you can't not see it as you're making your way up the road.
Is it full of cheese?
Is it full of cheese? Excuse me?
Does it look like some Vistani bullshit?
So Dragomir's cart, the Vistani who lured you into Barovia, his cart was not nice. They wear very colorful clothing, so it does give you some Vistani vibes, but his cart was pretty shabby. It was just a wooden cart with a half-torn canvas. This looks like a circus tent. I mean, it's bright and colorful. There's some words scratched on it. You're too far away to read them. Like some sort of a sign on the side of it. It's wooden on all sides. It's fully enclosed. It looks quite nice, and it definitely just sticks out, like without a doubt, as you're making your way through. You also see it looks like a blacksmith in this kind of mercantile district. So that's everything you see on this east end. Would you like to stop anywhere, or do you continue on?
What do you guys think? Anybody have any
Just
any
check.
to-dos, any materials needed?
I say we drop the kids off before we do anything else, especially if we get roped into something extracurricular.
That seems
It looks to be like a town square. It's an open cobblestone, and the road became kind of brickish, kind of brick and rock and stone. But this down the left, you see it's a pretty nice cobblestone. Looks like it's been well kept. Looks like a town square. You can see a number of little cafes and shops, more knick-knacky type shops, but definitely some shops and cafes surrounding a town square. But the scene you see makes you pause. I mean, to the point where you would definitely kind of catch your eye. In the middle of the town square are 5 what looks like stocks, like prisoner stocks, and in them are 5 people currently. The 5 people you see human hands, human legs, humanoid for sure. All 5 of them are wearing what looks like papier-mâché donkey hats, like masks, over their heads. And there are 2 guards standing by in the town square.
What's all this then? No, seriously. Wait, we don't have anybody from the town, do we? Is Mark and Arena?
No, he hasn't been here since he's been a kid. He said the last time he was here was like 15, 20 years ago. So that's what you see to your left. Any reaction? Any statements, comments, or discussion? Or
You were trying to put pin the tail on the donkey, or what?
Yeah.
What was that?
They're not trying to play pin the tail on the donkey, are they?
No, they're just standing there. You do see like crates of like vegetables and stuff sitting out there.
No.
Have I ever heard of a punishment for something like for anything to be paper mache?
Dog
I think
Not
it's valuable.
feathered.
They will just have it boxed up to throw at people, which is stupid.
No, you've not heard of any punishment quite like this. Stocks, sure. Wearing paper mache donkey hats or masks, no. No, that's a first.
I literally, I'm like, we don't need to get involved in this. We got enough. Like, we don't need to get involved with this city's politics and whatever else. Like,
Carry on.
I just keep walking.
If they were unjustly accused, though.
I mean, we
What do you
should
think they're
probably
gonna-
ask
what do
what
they-
we did. That way we don't do the same thing unknowingly and then wind up in stockades with donkey heads on. I think that would
That's what I
be,
mean.
that's just good
Just
common
walking.
sense.
They might do that to us just by looking at us.
What'd you guys do? So I know not to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, is someone turning and heading down there, or are you guys walking by? Just so I'm clear.
I'm not in charge of the horse. Kelso.
Oh, that's true.
Are we
Well,
still
you can
on?
jump.
Are we still on the horses?
Yeah, you can still just trot along.
Okay.
Yeah, there's room on the street. It's a pretty wide street. This is the main thoroughfare that goes right through the middle of town. And the main road.
That's way to delegate that responsibility. I like that.
Are we passing
Okay.
the circus tent? Is that what's going on?
We're passing the donkey tent. Apparently, the donkey show.
The donkey people.
Been to
Did
one
you
or
step-
two of those.
Did you step away for a second, or do I need to re-describe
I
that?
did. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can
Okay.
give me a
It's
very
okay.
quick
Yeah, no, you see the town square, what looks like a town square, and there are 5 stocks with people in them. They look like humans, but they are wearing paper-mache donkey masks in the stocks.
Okay. donkey.
Yep. I'm not making
And
this
I
shit
said,
up. I'm
and I
reading
said,
right
we
from the
don't need to
book.
get involved. We don't need to get involved in this town's bullshit.
Yeah, this seems like some real backwater situation.
Sounds kind
Hey, good thing y'all here. It's Donkey Day. Come on down.
Okay,
of
so
the Democrats in this town. This is not good.
The Republican town.
okay, it doesn't sound like anybody wants to stop, so I assume the entourage continues on.
Right.
I want to stop. I know what kind of reaction I'll get. I'm wearing a mask in 2 seconds, so I don't say anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, as you guys move into more of the core part of town now, so yeah, you definitely start getting looks. People are giving you wide berth, without a doubt. You're not getting quite the reaction that you got in Barovia, where people are like just running at you or running away. They're just getting out of the way, predominantly. There are guards. You see a handful, not a ton. So based on what you've seen as you've walked about, a quarter of the way through the town, you've seen a couple of guards. They look at you, look past you, eye you up a little bit. You're guessing based on how much square footage you've covered. This is probably a town of probably 30 or 40 guards. It's not a ton. It's not like they're just walking around like stormtroopers or anything. There's a couple of them dotted here and there. As you pass the town square, you do see something on the ground. There are papers very near the town square, scattered all over the ground, and you can kind of see, like leaflets that are just blowing in the wind. And as a couple of them kind of pass by your group as you're walking, no one's picking them up. You see little signs that say "Come one, come all." Where is it? To the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The Baron. You see a flyer. A couple of them scattered around. It says, "Come one, come all. The greatest celebration of the year. The Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well."
Attendants and children required? That is the weirdest turn of phrase I've ever heard.
yeah.
Again, reading straight from the book.
Children required.
Price of admission? Cow.
So we shouldn't leave the kids here? Is that what Is that what you're
It's kind
saying?
of intriguing. Maybe we should go to the Wolf's Head Jamboree, guys. I don't know. I mean, if we're gonna stay anyways, see what's up.
If it's anything like the last, look over at Rivers. If it's anything like the last party that we had with wolves, probably not the most entertaining time.
Good point. Good point. I'm not a big fan of wolves.
Yeah, that's what you see. There's just papers. They're all over the ground, real close to the town square. As you kind of walk past, you see a bunch of them kind of blow by. And then, yeah. Keep moving on.
Yeah.
As you continue... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, I just want to pocket one of the leaflets. Can I hop down real quick, grab one, pocket it?
Absolutely.
All right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, as you do. Yeah, you pick it up, and I'd say, Ethan, as you kind of look around, kind of grab it and look up, you see there's a number of other leaflets on a wall of a nearby building as well that says something different. But you see it looks like the same kind of paper and leaflet. You see another one on the wall that says, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year." The exact same words. It says, "The Festival of the Blazing Sun. Attendance and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well. The Baron."
Fuck, what the fuck's going on?
Oh,
I love this town.
Yeah.
But I'm going to color it out a lot because this is the biggest town in the whole game. So there's a lot here. But yes, you see that on the wall. As you step down and pick it up, you kind of look up, and on the wall you see it kind of scribbled there. You see another flyer. And as you look around, Ethan, you see more of them. Like, there's a bunch of these flyers scattered around.
Oh, man,
Attendance and children, all will be well. You wouldn't have told somebody that if they ever thought there was a reason why it wouldn't be well.
Right. Why do you have to say that it will be? It should be implied.
I don't know if supposed to have been a lawyer at some point.
Okay, I assume you jump back on, unless you're going to do something else, Ethan.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I'd hop back on the horse.
Okay, you continue on.
Say to the kid in front. Seems like this place has a lot of celebrations.
I look over at Ismark. What are your thoughts on all this?
My father said something about they are always being, celebrations all year round in Vallaki. I've heard of these before. They celebrate quite a bit. I think it's part of the defiance of Strahd, showing that they are not afraid.
What about
my father
the
spoke
children
of those
required part?
Yeah, that's why I was just about to ask. What about the children?
That I do not know. I feel like perhaps he looks at Irina. Did we see one of these festivals? She like kind of shakes her head. Yeah, maybe. It was so long ago. That sounds right. Perhaps we saw it. Yes. Father spoke about it. Father was always afraid of being too outwardly defiant to Strahd for fear of turning into Berez. Berez was destroyed when they defied Strahd. And so Father was always afraid of... These two are the daughter of the mayor, Jeff, of Barovia. Just to clarify when she says Father. He was always afraid of that, but... so she says. In response. You continue on, I assume.
Yeah.
N6. You pass a large coffin shop. Just past the town square. Looks like it's big and bustling. As you continue on.
Is that a good thing?
Well,
Yeah,
it's Barovia.
I'm sure the coffin shop owner's loving life right now, dude. He's like, "No, yeah, great. Business has never been better. This is I don't know what everybody's complaining about."
That's what I'm trying to imply. Yeah. Business is good in Barovia. Yeah. And you continue on. About this point, you guys are pretty much I screwed that up a little bit. That's okay. It's fine. You guys get to about here, about almost to the crossroads that you were kind of directed towards. When Darren, and it's Darren only, you feel something. A presence, a pressure, and actually, Pat, you also feel this. The two of you feel something in the mana, the essence of magic, You're not sure what it is, Pat. It's just a feeling of like joy and happiness that sort of comes over you. But Darren, you sense something holy, something hallowed, some sort of presence here that you've not experienced in Barovia at all, for certain. Like a holy place, and it's palpable as you get a little further into the town.
Do I get any sense of like is it coming from a place? Is it?
Not sure. You don't have a compass. There's no GPS God compass, but you definitely feel like there is some presence here, and it is absolutely palpable.
Okay.
It's getting stronger as you move further into the town. Excuse me. I'm gonna switch to.
Okay.
Okay. Finally, as you carry on, the rest of this starts to turn more residential, and this feeling of joy, Pat, continues. Doesn't really get stronger for you. You're not that attuned to this. Not like Darren has been in his teachings. I mean, it feels like you're in a nice, Darren, like you're almost in a nice church. A church that's been hallowed. But you didn't get that feeling in Barovia when you were in the church. This feels different, like truly hallowed ground. Feels like when you've walked into nice churches in big cities.
I have an ability, the Warrior of the Gods, that allows me to expend dice to heal myself. Now, this is out of game. I apologize, but I haven't been able to find a way to really work this into the character. Can this kind of snap automatic go off without me throwing it in there?
Sure.
Or,
if you want to do that.
If you want to know, Pat, I had actually talked to Doug about a way to do some of that with you later once we get a chance. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Definitely, absolutely.
Good. But yes, if you want to use that, yeah, you can feel if you have some healing you need to do or want to do, and have it sort of naturally react as you sense this pressure and this presence, go for it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Let's toss a D12.
Okay. And you guys finally, it continues to get stronger, and then you get to this main crossroads. So you kind of get to the middle of the road. Everything from here, from that point, once you pass the coffin shop, really becomes pretty residential at this point. Throughout the rest of this that you can see, it's mostly homes and whatnot. So you finally come to a couple of buildings that become pretty clear. As you get to this middle road, you can see the south road that leads up. They said that the orphanage was on the south side of town, and directly across from that road, you can see a large wooden structure, pretty big, probably the biggest building you've seen so far, 2 stories, and you see on a sign on the front that says the Blue Water Inn. There are stairs that lead up to the second floor on the outside of it, as well as a main stair that go into the ground level.
I'm also keeping an eye out for a church of some sort or a temple. Obviously, with that feeling, as there, I don't know if I can see. She said, where did she say the church was?
The far west end of town, and you took the words out of my mouth. As from this point, you're kind of at almost like a hill in the middle of the town. Kind of comes almost to just a slightly higher elevated area. From here, you can see down into the to the west side. In this large red building, you can see a stone structure and a steeple that kind of comes up. You can clearly make out what looks to be a temple of some sort.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still thinking we need to drop the kids off before we do anything else.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you guys head south,
good points of reference, layout of the town.
Yep.
Like we'll be able to.
You head up south. It doesn't take long. Just a couple of buildings. North. I kept saying south end, but this is north, Doug.
Yeah, so that's got to be north.
Yeah, there is no south end. The north end. As you head up north, just a couple of houses, you can see what clearly is you can either ask for directions, or it's pretty clear as you see kids outside in a play yard. You see a large 2-story building. All the buildings are made out of wood here. You don't see any stone buildings, but large 2-story wooden building, almost as big as the inn. But you see a lot of kids playing with a wrought iron fence around it. There's an older woman standing outside watching as they play, wearing a nice, almost like a nursemaid's dress. Hair, dark brown hair, done up in a bunch. She looks like she's probably in her late 40s, maybe early 50s, some gray streaks. You see what clearly looks like a kids area or kids orphanage or some sort of a children's structure. It's about 3 buildings up from the inn.
And they don't look distressed. They look actually like
they look
playing.
like they're playing. Yeah.
Doesn't look like a farming system for vampire food.
Yeah, you guys are really got everybody on edge here. No. I know it's been a rough entry, but no, you don't. You see kids playing. Looks normal.
I mean, we haven't exactly had the best track record with kids so
No,
far.
that's true.
I mean, they did lure us to our
That's a good point.
almost deaths at the very beginning.
No, that's what you see.
I look back at Rivers because I'm thinking like having us walk him up is probably not the best. You want to go
Yeah.
drop them off?
Yeah, no problem. I'll dismount and put my hands up to the kids. Like, come on,
Yep.
come on, children. We'll get you here to safety. Pull him off the horse, off Roderick. Roderick's horse.
Yeah, actually jump down as well.
Yeah, Roderick, if you want to come with me. So
Yeah, they
take
see
them.
this lady
Problem.
sees you approaching the fence, and she'll make her way. Sees the kids. She'll make her way over, kind of shaking her head a little bit. Oh no, what has happened? She makes her way to the edge of the fence. Can I help you?
Good day, ma'am. We, as I'm sure is often the case here, we came upon these children in the wilds. They've been orphaned, most tragic circumstances, and we just want a safe home for them.
Oh,
A safe home, and of course we'll make sure they'll be taken care of well.
As you're talking, another little kid walks up, kind of behind her, and kind of like looks out from underneath her. Where he's got short black hair. Looks up. Did their parents die? He says with like this gritty grin on his face. Quiet you. She kind of pushes him away. Sorry about that. Yes, that sorry, things have been a little crazy here. Please, if you have found these children, we will of course take them here. I don't have any help right now, but please.
Elbow Rivers.
How, if you don't mind me asking, ma'am, how do you keep up with the demand? Kind of look around.
Yeah, there's about a dozen kids out here. I mean,
Yeah, I
running
can't
around.
imagine that.
It is a full-time help, but or full-time job. But I have help usually. I used to have help, anyways. But things will be fine soon, I'm sure.
Can I get a quick like insight check just to make sure, this
Yep.
all seems very wholesome and good. I just want to make sure
She's opening the gate at this
Yeah.
point. But yeah, you can absolutely inside. She's opening the gate.
17.
Put my hand on top of the kid's shoulder, the boy's shoulder,
Yeah.
just to not let him move forward.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you look over. She looks disheveled. She looks stressed out. That's what you get from her.
It's a good sign.
Please bring the yes. I will take care of them. Thank you so much. Where are you from? She starts asking questions. Like, we're from Barovia. Oh my, more from Barovia. You'll be safe here. Safe here. She says that though. She doesn't say that with confidence, Ethan. With your 17, she goes, "You'll be safe here," but you get a sense that she's not so sure about that.
Has she? I'll just, as she's like ushering the kids away. Is there anything that we can do, ma'am? Kind of like look her in the eye, like.
Maybe to help ensure the safety of you and your children.
Well, ever since
Is-
Milovich,
is-
ever since Milovich got sick, she's talking like you would know who that is.
Yeah.
Ever since Milovich got sick, I've had a lot on my hands, and we had, she starts to say something and then realizes she has no idea who you are, and he's like, ever since, and then she just kind of, it will be fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Zora pokes her head around the corner or around from heading behind Rivers.
Yeah.
And asks, "Do the kids go to the festival?"
She looks down. Oh my dear God, dearie, what is this? What the fuck?
Actually, if you're looking for help, we've got a someone that would fit in right well. I mean, they're either 12 or 34.
Oh my god!
So,
What in the nine hells? I.
All nine hills.
What's that?
All nine hills. Wow, that's a big reaction.
What
Sorry,
are you?
This is Zora.
My. Yes, the children go, of course. Everyone's required to be at the festivals.
Required.
She doesn't answer that. I mean, you just say the thing she said, so she just nods. Yes?
Well, Zora said why.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, participation's just required. That's how the Baron likes it. He likes a big turnout at the festivals. The kids love it. Last week they ran around with giant wolf's heads on spikes. It was something to see.
Glance up at Rivers, and I just kind of roll my eyes and go back to whatever I was doing behind you.
It was something to see.
As long as you're certain they'll be safe with you, then I'm glad I'm leaving them in good hands.
As safe as anything can be in Barovia, but all is well. All is well. And you hear those words. You hear those words. You saw it on all the flyers. You hear as she says it.
Some ain't right. Cry for help vibe. Okay.
Thank
Come
you
on,
for
is
being
all
chill.
well with the people with the donkey heads.
Are you asking her that?
Yes.
She looks at you and kind of, well, they get what they deserve.
What was it that they did that they deserved that?
And she's pretty much turning with the kids to walk away, but she kind of looks over.
We're bombarding her.
Yeah, she kind of turns back to answer. They spoke out against the Baron, and he did not like that. Don't ever want to cross him. They'll be fine in a couple of days. Don't worry about them. Come, children, come. What's your name? Myrtle? Then you hear a girl answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna nod at at Roderick and Zora and Lysander. I'm assuming come up to me and just kind of let's go. Let's get out of here.
As you're doing that, the little kid is still there. The one with the little short black hair, who just kind of looks up. He's cool. She's cool. Points at the zombie, Frankenstein.
Run along now, lad.
He moves
I
away.
just stare at him.
He just stares back for a minute, then eventually runs off, leaving you all in the street. And she takes those two kids inside.
Yeah.
While they're having that whole talk, since they're away, I tell Lysander, I said, I'm definitely sensing something in this town, a deity of some sort, unlike at Barovia. There's something here. There's definitely a presence here.
Are you saying that aloud?
Yep.
I'm saying it to Lysander while you guys are talking to the lady. Yep. I think it might be worth at least checking out the church before we leave. Seeing what deity might be here. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that, again, we're looking for allies, right?
We are looking for allies, but bear in mind, we can come back to this place.
Sure.
I know
We
that.
can.
I want to reiterate that like Strahd kind of knows that we're going to bring the twins here, so I would. Yeah. Like to get to blank into their town's name, not Vallaki. Krezk. Get to Krezk, drop them off, and then come back here and have none be the wiser.
I mean, what time of day is it, Doug? It's still.
It's now about so it's 2 more hours, so it'd be about 1 o'clock now.
I'm saying we've got. If we're gonna stay the night anyway, we're gonna have dinner with and kind of learn about what's her name. Like we've got time.
How far away is Krezk?
I am counting it. Actually, I'll just look. There's a tool for that. Let me go look it up real quick from where you're at now. Krezk travel time. Probably about 4 hours. Yeah, because you were supposed to make. You could have made it to maybe 4 to 5 hours. Like you could have made it by nightfall if you wouldn't have stopped at the windmill, and assuming you have no other stops along the way, you still might get there like right at or dusk, or maybe just a little bit early into the night. If you left right now.
And also remember, we don't even know what we're going to do with them there, right? We don't even have a plan for them.
It's Mark and yeah.
Well, I also was thinking about checking out the church here. I mean, maybe Father Lucian can help us, Ismark will say.
Are you?
Yeah, maybe he's got a vampiric son he keeps in the basement as well. You know, kind of a.
Maybe.
Some rest would do us good too. I've taken some tough hits in the journey this way, so
given all we've been through today already, I don't know that it's worth the risk of more travel this late in the afternoon.
Agreed.
If we get waylaid somewhere along the road, putting us into nighttime before we get to the other town, I don't know that would be the wisest.
Should we all go? Should we all go together to the house dinner invitation? Should we get a boardroom kind of situation at the Blue Water Inn, or what does everyone think?
I will say from this point, just to kind of set the stage here, the first few episodes here were very linear to this point. This is where the game truly becomes kind of open world. I have nothing specifically planned, so you have your cards. You guys can do anything you want from this point forward. This really starts the beginning of the game as far as Curse of Strahd is concerned. Everything else has been sort of the preamble.
It only took us seven episodes to get that far.
Yeah, I threw in a few stops, and you stopped at the windmill. I wasn't planning for that, but yes, I added about 3 episodes there. But
yeah, I definitely think we should get rooms for the night.
Agreed.
Check out the church while it's still daylight. Have dinner. Kind of decide where we want to go after the dinner and see.
Maybe check out the Donkey Festival.
I was gonna say, are there dates on these flyers? We might be required to go.
I think we're gonna have to go. Sounds like.
Did say all attendance required.
Something is obviously something's happening here with the Baron and I don't want to. I know we have an objective, and Ismark, I want to help you and Irina, but I also something doesn't feel right about the way that everybody talks about the situation here, and I don't know. I have a bad feeling about that whole orphanage transaction.
What did you mean? She seemed Nice enough. I mean,
She seemed
she's
genuine, but she seemed frightened, and she said, like, point at the flyer, like, some of these phrases, weirdly replicated. I don't know, just a gut feeling. Something seems off. Something seems off with the.
This is Barovia, after all, Ismark responds. I mean, this is certainly cheerier than Barovia ever was.
She's also a single woman running a orphanage by herself. I mean,
Yes.
for those of you with kids, just imagine if there were 11 more of them, and
Great point.
how you'd feel.
Great point.
Well, where do you want to go first? Do you want to get rooms first? Do you want to head straight to the church? What do you want to do?
Let's get rooms and then establish, like, as Rivers was saying, establish kind of a base, and then we can go check out the church, and then go to one or multiple festivals, and then go have dinner.
Did the festival have a date? Like when is
did not-
Curious about that, yeah.
It
Well,
did
we can
not.
ask
I'm double
we can ask
checking.
the
It did not have a
innkeeper.
date on the flyer. Yeah.
I'm sure the innkeeper will be able to tell us like when it is.
True.
Based on what she just said, you would assume that the Wolf's Head Jamboree is past, and the flyers were no longer on the walls.
Right.
They were kind of blowing in the wind. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, the inn's right down the road. You're just a couple houses away, and you can see there's a barn attached to it as well. So there's a place to keep horses as well. You guys gonna head there?
Yeah, let's roll over there.
Okay. You guys make it down the road to the Blue Water Inn. Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof. You see a number of large ravens scattered around the rooftop, cawing and cooing at you as you approach the building. And you see the sign, Blue Water Inn. Again, there's a front door, and then there's also a little side stairwell, a wooden stairwell that goes up to the second floor, and what looks like is probably an attic on top of that. So it's like 2.5 stories. Pretty large building. Do you want to drop the horses off in the barn, or what do you want to do with the horses? Or you just want to tie them up out front?
I'd say let's stable them.
Yeah.
Hop off and lead them over to the barn. See if there's a stable hand or someone
There
working.
is. As you approach the back of the building, there is a stable hand. A young man, looks like to be in his maybe 18 to 20 range. Looks very similar to Roderick. Actually has red hair. Actually, no, wait. Oh, this guy's have black hair. Whole family does. Black hair. Excuse me. Short black hair. Loose-fitting shirt. Clearly looks like a stable boy. There are no horses currently in the... actually, no, there's one. There's one horse there currently in the stable. Good afternoon. Welcome, travelers. Stabling horses.
Good day. Yep. Just wanted to drop these off. We shouldn't be here long.
Are you staying at the inn for the night?
I believe so. Do you all have? Is there plenty of vacancy? We need either a rather large room or a couple of rooms.
We have. We only have one guest right now. There's a few rooms open. You should be fine. And if you're staying, the boarding of the horses is included. So leave them with me. I will handle them.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, he'll take the horses, leaving you all to head in if you'd like.
As we head in, I hand Roderick, Rivers, and Lysander 21 gold each from our adventure.
What's this for?
Took it off that body along with these nifty
Oh.
boots.
Let's go.
Okay.
If you don't want it, I'll keep it.
Actually,
No, I guess I'll turn a little white.
can I flip the stable hand a gold piece too?
Sure. Thank you.
It's like a week's wages right there.
I know, right?
It was. It
Darren,
was.
did you say 21?
21. Yeah.
Okay. As you make your way around to the front of the building, there is actually a side door as well that you pass along the south side of the building as you make your way back around to the front. Looks like it leads into the back of the inn somewhere, or of whatever this building is. But as you make your way to the front, unless anyone's doing anything special, you guys head on in. And this is, I'll describe what you see. Where is it in? As you enter, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tables scattered across a pretty open lower floor. There's a balcony that stretches around the top, and you can see a number of rooms up there and stairs that lead up to the second story. There's a long bar that seats at least a dozen people. Or could seat a dozen people, that stretches from one end of the bar building to the other. It almost takes up the entire floor. Behind it, you see 3 giant casks, what look like giant wine barrels, behind the bar itself. The bar itself is relatively empty. You see a human male, probably in his 30s, short black hair as well. Looks familial to the stable boy. Who is there, and you see a small child playing a little dice game on the ground real close to the bar. You also see on one little side table, there's 2 chairs, there's a smaller table, you see 2 men. They look like hunters. They're wearing brown bear robes or like cloaks made out of bear skin and bear fur. Bows sit there next to their table with large quivers of arrows. They're armed with broadswords each. One is bald with a long beard. The other is black hair, has black hair and a short goatee. They just kind of eye you as you come in. They say nothing, and they're both very quiet. They're not having a conversation. They just both look at you as you enter. At the far back side of the bar are 2 young men, and these 2 humans look like they're probably in their 40s, late 30s, early 40s. In the back of the bar, you see 2 very drunkards, very loud, talking nonsense. I'm not even going to talk about what they're talking about. It's just two very inebriated young teens, probably 18 to 21 range, just going on at one end by the stairwell. And that is what you see in the bar, and that is it. Otherwise, it is empty. Good day. Good day. He kind of waves as you come in.
Doug, real quick, do the hunters look Barovian? Is that
yes?
And I mean they look like they're from this area. They don't look like straight. Okay, cool.
Yep, they don't look like travelers from outside of Barovia.
Yeah,
they look like Barovians. They don't look like Vistani, clearly. Those you could pick out at this point, but they do look like Barovians.
Yeah.
And they say nothing. They're just watching you very closely. But they look like rangers or hunters or probably a step below mercenary and more like rangery outdoorsman kind of vibe to them.
Yep.
Good day. Welcome in. Please come in. This young man says, waving you in.
I Rivers. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
the human territory.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the lead and roll up to the bar.
Do you need a table? Table, rooms? What? How can I help you?
Please, yes. We will kind of look back at everybody. Just we'll take a round. Pour some drinks up, and then we will need some rooms for the night. Do you have anything a larger accommodation, a bigger room, maybe 2 rooms next to each other?
I've got a room. I have a room with 4 beds, and then 2 rooms with 2 beds each. So I have 3 rooms left. The other room is currently occupied. So I have 4, 5, 6. I have 8 beds, and there are 5, 7 of you. So that tracks.
Perfect. So we need all 3 then.
Yep. You would.
Yep. We'll take.
We'll share a room.
We'll take all 3 of the rooms. We shouldn't be here very long.
Just for the night, then?
As of right now, yeah, just for the night.
That'll be 9 gold.
No problem. Pass her over 9 gold. And then is she gonna start like getting to the like pouring some flagon kind of deal, or?
Yeah, well, it's a he, but yeah, he takes the 9 gold.
Sorry,
and that does come with a meal, so I will. It's like lunchtime right now. You guys haven't eaten since breakfast. Do you need meals, drinks? What can I get
Please.
for you?
It's been we only just got to town. It's been a long day. We could definitely use some food and drink.
You are clearly not from here. I can see that. He looks at those in the back, but he does not react like even cagey or like even the people that kind of gave you guys wide berth. He just looks and takes you all in, each of you, and you are clearly not from here. I can see that. But you are welcome.
Do you get any visitors for the festivals?
No one comes here for festivals. He chuckles. No.
I saw the flyers. Is there a festival tonight?
No, when is it? Honey, he yells out, and you see a woman also with black hair steps out. She looks to be a few years younger, steps out from behind the bar in a back room. Yes, honey. What is the next festival? When is it? I can't. It's hard to keep track. They're every week. It's 3 days from now, honey. 3 days. The Festival of the Blazing Star Sun. That's the one. Yes, God bless. I can never keep track. She walks back.
Are all of the festivals the Baron's invention?
Oh yes, he is a strong. Please sit.
Yeah.
He directs you to a large, 6-seater. Actually, there's a table that actually fits about 8 people. He kind of points you to that table. Please. And he walks with you. He kind of starts pouring he goes over to one of the 2 casks and pours a giant carafe of wine, and pours that out of one of them, and then starts making his way over with some glasses. Yes, it is the Baron's. He loves these festivals. He has them every week, sometimes twice a week. It's a little bit silly, if you ask me.
We saw the people wearing donkey heads in the town square. Seemed a little silly.
They are
a little odd for sure.
They are those that speak out against Baron Vargas. He gets in close. He doesn't seem like he's worried about saying this, but he definitely doesn't say it out loud. It kind of gets a little quieter. There are people that feel that Baron Vargas is just going to bring down Strahd's ire, his temper, with these festivals someday. So there are some that speak out against him, and they end up in the stocks, usually.
Has Baron Vargas been in charge for very long? Is he
Oh, his family dates back. His family dates back to the founding of Barovia, of Vallaki.
And he has always acted this way.
Yes, he is.
Boisterous.
He has always defied Strahd. Yes, he feels that it is his positivity. These festivals have defied Strahd, and he thinks he scares Strahd by showing that defiance. I don't really believe that, but what can you say? With that, he pours into 7 glasses and sets them down. I apologize. All we have is the cheap stuff right now. Our wine shipments haven't arrived in a few days, but it's on the house this first round.
Oh, thank you. That's much appreciated, and no need to apologize. I would assume that your wine supply line is difficult at times to keep flowing in and out of the city.
Not usually. My family owns the winery out west, but it's not. We don't usually have shortage, issues with shipments. But our shipment's been a few days behind. But I'm sure it'll be fine. All will be well. He just says, and walks away.
All right.
I'm like you with your thing. I got to figure out how I can work it into every other sentence somehow. And with that, he walks away. Honey, food for our guests. And he says that, leaving you all at the table with 6, 7 cups of wine. Ismark will get up. Irina, why don't I take you to a room, get some rest. He looks at all of you. I'm going to head down to the general store and see if I can find some clothes for my sister. Does anyone need anything? I have a few gold coins.
He wants her to go by herself. I don't trust that.
I'm going to take her up to her room, and then I'm going to go to the general store.
Almost feel like someone should post up in her room.
Yeah, I don't trust. Yeah, that's.
Or outside of her room. I mean,
you can see the rooms.
Yeah.
Even from here, you can see the rooms.
I'm quite hungry. I'll probably be here a while eating. I can hang back if you guys want to go take care of things.
I won't be long.
Well, we're going to eat. We're going to eat, right?
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, though, for sure. We need
Did you not eat or drink?
Yeah, if you don't mind keeping an eye, that'd be great. You're probably right. Sorry, it's nice to see such normalcy here. I let my guard down for a minute. You're right. If you could, I'd like to go get some clothes for her. I'll be back in 10-15 minutes.
Why don't we let Irina eat with us and then wait for you to come back?
That's fine. Yes, that's fine. She'll stay. Thank you, friends. With that, Ismark will head out.
Did you say 14 gold, Doug? I forgot.
It was 9. It was 9 gold.
9.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
You're such a big tipper, man.
That leaves you all in the sitting around the table. They start bringing out food. What do you guys want to do, or discuss anything you want to discuss, or I can move time along if you have nothing to.
You may or may not notice that I do not eat or drink anything.
Okay, you just leave it in front of you.
That tracks with being a cursed doll come to life.
About halfway through the meal. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Pat.
I was going to say, about halfway through the meal when I realized that Zora's not eating any of the food. Just, is it all right if are you not going to touch that?
You can eat that.
Please.
Pull it to the center of the table and ask if anybody else would like to have a little bit first.
As you're doing that, I'm grabbing her flagon of wine, her cup of wine, and drinking it.
Of course. Yeah, it's not as good as the Vistani wine that you had in before you came to Barovia. It's a little bit less. Yeah, it's a little bit less. The meal itself looks nice. It's a very gamey kind of meat, kind of steak. There you would probably get the sense, just as a hunter and a warrior, Rivers, this is probably wolf. It's probably wolf meat. Probably and possibly brought here by the two people, 20 feet away.
Yeah.
And some little vegetables and whatnot. It's nice. It tastes very bland. Like everything in Barovia, it has really just sort of a to it, but it's nourishing at least.
As we're sitting here and we're eating, I'm keeping an eye on those two to see if they're paying attention to us or trying to listen in to us as much as.
You don't get that impression. Yeah.
Eyeballing like the whole building for exits and weak points and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's a window next to you. There's the table kind of sits up next against almost like a bay window. Exit-wise, there's a door that leads into the back, which you saw the woman come out of. And then there's the front door and then the stairs. And you see, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 doors up there. Like he said, he only had 4 rooms, 3, one of which was occupied, and so there's 2 other doors up there, up on the second floor. Likely one of them is their room.
Is there an obvious way to get to the attic space?
Not from here. You don't see any attic access from that you can see in this open area.
Hmm.
As far as the hunters, are they paying attention to us at all?
No, they definitely give you an eye every once in a while, but they go back to some sort of quiet conversation, and they don't appear to be giving you a whole lot of attention. And it would be hard to listen in unless you guys talked loud, because the 2 in the back continue to be boisterous and loud.
I'm kind of whispering to Lysander, are we comfortable spending the night here? Like, are you comfortable with that until we figure out? I mean, we don't know what we're doing with her yet, right? Like, we don't really have a plan other than moving on.
I mean, this town is definitely weird, and this place seems as good a place as any. I also don't get the impression there's a lot of different places to rent rooms in Vallaki.
Yeah.
Unless you want to see if Fiona and her gentleman Vladimir will put us up for the night.
If you remember, she essentially pointed us here, so I think if she was offering, she would have offered before.
Well, we'll just
I guess
make an impression at dinner.
By the way, can we crash here?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. She definitely. I don't know that I trust her enough for us to want to stay there at this point.
Ismark returns about halfway through the meal while you're having this conversation. Clothes, some travelers'
I think
clothes.
something more public makes the most sense as far if we're just going to spend the night. But I also don't know. I'm just thinking about what our ultimate end game is with these two. Where are we going to do with them that will ensure their safety?
He takes her upstairs at this point. When he comes back, she will exit stage left for now, and head upstairs to change.
I kind of once they leave, I kind of like invite Rivers into this conversation. Like, we need I understand that we want to take them to this other place, but like, how do we ensure that is safe for them at this point? Like,
I think, like, kind of lower the voice. Like,
I'm whispering this whole
right,
time.
right. I think ensuring their safety, especially Irina, obviously is it's tied with lifting or abating or solving the plague on Barovia, and at I don't know how we're gonna be able to just leave her without
It's you.
That was
you're saying
what
that.
Lysander and I were speaking of earlier. How do we ensure her safety if she's not with us? But then how do we also do what we need to do if we're worried about her safety at every turn if she's with us?
So it's an interesting question. Number one, I think right now, unless Strahd has a way of like locating her from some sort of like telepathy or tracking ability that he might have from drinking her blood, the thought process was just to get her off the radar or hide her in some place. Presumably, having him think that she is or might be in a place that she's not. So he thinks we've suggested to the Vistani heard us saying that we were going to come to Vallaki, and the thought process was we'd take her to Kresik instead of Vallaki.
And once we get to Kresik, I mean, we don't know what that town's like, but Calsolis brings up a good point, like where, there is not that many. There's not that many settlements in the valley. It's only a matter of time before he or his agents or whoever searches there. So we need to think intentionally about, where we're stashing her basically until we can figure out the next strategic move we're going to make.
Right.
Whether it's some type of holy place, if there's any kind of intervention or protection in that regard, or if it's, if this Baron or Fiona or some powerful character here has some sort of solid connection to a resistance or a safety, kind of as safe as it can get. I don't know what
as you say that, Darren, this, again, that presence, you still feel it. It's here. It's close. Like, if it's truly hallowed ground would keep a vampire at bay, by definition. I'm not even going to make you make a religion check on that. That's the whole point of hallowed ground.
True. I guess
also
my... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, it is worth pointing out, too, that if the Baron is as I want to defy Strahd as much as possible, telling him that he could harbor and keep safe Irina as this, like, prize, and and frame it as, like, the ultimate defiance of Strahd, might make Vallaki a really safe harbor for them.
I take issue with that, and that he seems to be willing to flaunt that. And if he flaunts the fact that he has her, hallowed ground or not,
something's not right. Something's not right with the Baron situation too. I want to know more about what his, if that was an avenue, I'd want to know more about what he's actually doing here. The festivals are suspect at best to me. I don't know. I get the flaunting thing, but something seems off. I know I said it before, but
the door opens as you're saying that.
Oh.
See a man come in to the tavern.
It's the Baron.
I didn't say that. Let me describe first before you jump to conclusions. You see a man, definitely a human, walk in. Just kind of bursts in like he owns the place. Humanoid, for sure. He's sort of crooked over like he's got a hump, like a humpback or a hunchback of Notre Dame, kind of. Hunchback is the word I was trying to get to. Like his whole body looks a little disfigured, kind of moving in. Walks with a little bit of a limp on his left side. He's wearing very nice clothes. Looks like a well-to-do, like noble's clothes, but doesn't fit very well over his kind of clearly disformed body. His face looks very homely, pale, kind of pudgy. His hair is sort of thin and wiry, like he's unhealthy. Comes in. He's wearing a cape, a bright red cape, but he's wearing it more like almost like a blanket, in that it's covering his whole left side of his body. But not like straight out. Like it's almost like kind of turned to the side to like cover the left side of his hunchback, as he walks in. And he breathes very much. You can hear his breathing more than anything. It sounds a little bit like General Grievous. I can't do it the whole time because I'll probably pass out, but kind of a sound as he walks in. And you see this man come in, walks right past the hunters, walks right past you guys towards the bartender, who's there just now kind of cleaning up after making the meal and whatnot. Who sees him, kind of gets his attention, but he stops about halfway through the tavern and does turn and sees you all, as a couple of you definitely stick out. At first was just going to walk by, but it sees you all in the corner of his eye, and you see him kind of turn and look. He's got a long sword on his right side. He's wearing black gloves. And you see as he steps in and turns, as you turn and see this guy, you see two of the town guards sitting basically right outside the door. They stop there. They're just inside, but not quite in. The door's open, and they're just waiting on the front porch, basically. He looks at you all. Who the hell are you?
Does this guy look like his sister is also his mom, kind of thing?
I'll let you make that decision. But he looks over at you, Who the hell are you?
We're just travelers. Who are you?
Who the hell let you in here, demon? Looks at you, Darren. Hand drops to his blade.
Stand up when he says that.
What's that?
I'm gonna stand up. Like,
sit down,
because he says
boy.
it like disparagingly, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I said, who are you? Like, raise my voice a little bit.
I am Isaac. Shit, what's the word? I had to look this word up.
I imagine just Isaac G thumbing through a dictionary right now. Hold on a second, I've got it.
There was a term, I can't think of the name of it. I use.
I'm like, man, hopefully this dude isn't actually the Baron. That would be a fucking bummer.
I am the Majordomo of Baron Vargas. What's that?
Listen,
Bit Fortuna was Jabba's Baron or Major Domo.
Yeah, Majordomo. Yeah.
Aaron was
Who the hell
gonna like jump in and say anything. Sorry.
I'm deferring to the human if he's jumping in before I say anything.
Does he trigger any memories for me at all?
Yeah, he is. And as you look at him, you get a couple of flashes. It's not a lot of details, but he is definitely who he says he is. You recognize him as Vargas's basically chief enforcer. He's like an acting leader of the house, but also sort of like a guard captain. And you've had some interesting interactions with him in your life. You get flashes of him. He's a pretty hard person. Not evil by any means, but definitely someone that is here for the defense of Vallaki at all course, like a little bit of a fanatic, pretty much. And you, Jeff, would know that he has some mystical powers of some sort.
That Jeff Rivers on the leg is kind of like just a quick little snap of the finger and whisper very softly, "He's bad news. He knows magic. He's sort of the main thug of the Baron's army or local defense."
I asked you who you were, and who let you in here.
Rivers, like, kind of. I'm gonna assume that I sort of tower over this dude, especially if he's like hunched over.
He's hunched over. He's probably, if he was standing tall, 5'9", 5'10" at most. He hunches to about 5'6", probably 5'7".
I hear what Zora says, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say, I told you we're travelers. We paid to be here, and we're not friends of Strahd. And I'm gonna like step forward to him, like to attempt to physically intimidate him, but not in like I'm gonna beat you up, more of a respect, like warrior kind of way, like sort of stand tall and see if I can like gain his like, oh shit, this guy's kind of the real deal.
Yeah, give me an intimidation check.
Yeah. It's on the 16. 9.
What did 9? He doesn't look all that intimidated by you, but you see his eyes dart to the number of you there are, and you can tell he calculates that real quick. And you can sense from him, he knows what he's not like some careless douche that's gonna just start a fight that he can't win. You see him quickly calculate around him. He's not intimidated by you, but he's not stupid. You sense that from him. He better not cause trouble. Find out. He turns to the guards. Find out who let these miscreants in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away. He just looks at you for a second. You better not cause trouble here. He turns, and moves away to the bar. Erwin, wine. You see him kind of nod. Goes to pours it. No, the good stuff. We haven't gotten it yet. It hasn't come in. We're still waiting. Baron will be displeased with that. He turns. He looks at the two hunters. What about you two? Why'd you go find out? Make yourself useful for once. Find out what's wrong at the winery. Why are they late? We don't work for you, dude. One of them responds. Sorry. Besides, we already got a job. We're looking for the kids, remember? That's what you hired us for? Dumbass. He stares at him, furious.
Snicker a little bit as I'm eating my roll.
We already found the kid.
I snicker too, and I mumble, I am a miscreant.
Sit back down too as he moves back to the bar, over to the bar.
He chugs a glass of wine, just downs it. Keep me informed. And he turns, looks at you guys one last time, and then walks out. Gives the two hunters a look, and then just walks out. The guards chasing after him as he swashes past them.
I think he's a miscreant too.
Yeah, after he leaves the room, asks Zoro, confirmed by you know this guy?
Part of me does.
Part of me does.
Bad news, huh?
Which part?
Yeah.
Yes.
We should tread carefully.
Yeah, Jeff, what you know is that his left arm has some sort of magical energy. The one he had covered with his cape.
I figured something was up with that cloak.
You have flashes of him casting fire directly from his hands. Flashes of him burning citizens and people. He's an enforcer. He upholds the law very strictly here.
I'd explain that in my 12 to 34-year-old way, which is kind of hodgepodged.
He's another interesting piece to the Baron's puzzle here.
Wonder what the hunters meant by looking for the kids.
Well, the hunters are still there. If you want to, if you feel you want to probe on that, they're still here. That's Erwin, your bartender. Did it not show up? Didn't.
I look back at Rivers after he sits back down, and kind of eyeing the dude as he leaves. My concern is at this point, no matter who we leave Irina with, no matter their alignment, she poses she's an opportunity for anyone who has control of her. So I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't matter how good any of these people may seem, she is a potential pawn that any of them can use to keep Strahd at bay. And there's no reason that any of them wouldn't want to use her in that way. And it feels like we're in a no-win scenario with wherever we leave her. How do we trust that anyone wouldn't go against their better judgment to buy themselves more time?
We're going to wrap in about 2 minutes here, guys. So I'm just trying to see where you're going to take this conversation, and we're about to wrap.
It's a good point, and I don't think it's one that we're equipped to answer right now. I think our best bet is finding any kind of safeguard and assessing it. I mean, whether it's something holy or if it's a structure or a place or a person. But I agree with your point. She is in grave danger. She seems like the obviously an important chess piece, and Strahd greatly desires her. So, without endangering her, maybe there's a way we can also use that to our advantage, in terms of making progress on that front. But they're good people, and I don't want to. I also don't want to put her in danger, obviously. So it's a troubling scenario.
And as you say that,
interesting idea.
Oh no, you go ahead, Drew. Sorry, go ahead.
Interesting idea. I mean, where I kind of fall back to is like, can Strahd track her location through some sort of connection? If yes, we should hold her up in a fortified area. If no, it is an interesting idea to kind of play a shell game with Strahd, where we could potentially dash Irina in the middle of nowhere, and then just report out that she is in Vallaki or Krezk or somewhere else. But really she's, in a burned down windmill, Just a thought.
So I will. That's a good thought, and I think you guys should all consider that as we get ready to wrap. I would say, as you're talking and having this conversation, I think Rivers, something in your mind, as you're thinking all these what ifs, the 4 cards are still in your pocket and they kind of are on your mind. Casimir handing you those cards, and what do those mean for the next few days in your time here in Barovia is probably weighing on your mind as well. I will say, Drew, as you're thinking about those things, Lysander, you do know, because Madame Ava said it, I think it's been said a couple of times, I'm not saying what powers he does have, but you do know that Strahd is more than a vampire. He was a sorcerer or wizard of some sort before he became a vampire. So he does have access to some magic, you would believe. Whether it's scrying magic, you don't know, obviously. And I would say you all, Darren and you especially, with your background, would know there are certainly ways to hide that, or hide from scrying magic. There are methods, there are spells, there are places, holy places potentially. There are ways to ward off scrying as well. So, keeping that in mind as you guys think about your next steps, you guys continue to have this conversation over what's left of your meal. Pat, I want to just make sure everybody gets a chance to throw in any opinions. Do you have anything you want to add before I close out credits, or you or Jeff, before I bring us to credits here and wrap? No. Jeff?
No, sir, nothing on me. I'm just happy to be here and enjoyed the first night.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring us to credits. I want to talk to the group for 1 second. We will be back in week after next, so we're off next week. We're back 2 weeks from now, so we'll see you all there. I'm gonna roll credits, and then I'd like to keep the group here for 10 seconds just to